Bai Tian's chest started glowing as he funneled energy into his palms. He blasted the iron gates wide open and strolled into the enemy base like he owned the place. A mercenary started unloading his clip while talking trash. Hey, do not get too cocky, kid. But the bullets just bounced off Bai Tian's armor. He countered instantly, hitting those mercenaries with a massive wave of electricity that sent them flying. Watching from inside a bunker, Thu Lang was absolutely losing his mind with fear. Mr. Black and the others are gone. We cannot handle a high-level super like this. But then he rallied his men, yelling that they could not just sit there and die. Open fire. A wall of lead started flying toward the target. A few rounds got close to Bai Tian, but he just gave a disrespectful smirk. You got no chance. The bullets were instantly incinerated by the intense heat of his lightning shield. Thu Lang's jaw dropped. He stammered his bullets. He is literally melting them. Next, Bai Tian raised his hand, condensing all that raw lightning into a small, flickering ball of energy. While the rest of the squad was screaming to retreat and bailing, he just stood there with a blank face, still trying to process what happened. It was only when a stray bolt zapped his body that he finally realized the danger. But it was too late. Everyone in that room was vaporized by the searing lightning heat, while thunder continued to roar outside the combat zone. Wang Yin watched the carnage and called it out lightning manipulation. This guy is Lightning Chin. Bennett crossed his arms, amazed those traitors actually managed to hire a super criminal like this. He looked at the guy with pure disgust. Just another kid wasting his natural-born talent. Then he leaped high, gracefully diving through the window. The guys outside can't hold the line anymore. I will handle this. Within seconds, Bennett was standing right in front of Bai Tian. He raised an eyebrow, looking curious. So you finally showed your face, Bennett. On the screen, he could be seen landing softly right in front of the enemy. Watching from elsewhere, Tu looked pretty worried. This is bad. She frantically ordered her team, telling them that Bai Tian's destructive power is insane. We have to warn White Gull City immediately. The operator nodded. I am on it, heading to report to Commander Mo now. Back to those two, Bai Tian had this twisted, nasty look on his face. He was clearly losing control. Ha ha ha, killing 1,000 weaklings does not give me the same rush as taking down someone strong. He laughed like a maniac while charging straight toward Bennett. Ha 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 ha. I'm finally getting hyped. Tato scrambled to call for backup. Bai Tian is here. Bennett is currently engaging him in combat. Suddenly, something happened that made her eyes nearly pop out of her head. Out of nowhere, Bai Tian was shot straight through the chest. Everyone was stunned. Bennett stared at the scene, totally confused. He looked toward the source of the shot, wondering if it was a sniper. On the other end, Tato's curious voice came through the phone. Hello? What was that sound just now? She was still reeling from the shock. Bai Tian just got shot. The person on the line gasped what the gun barrel was still steaming from the shot, heat radiating off the metal. Han Xiao was the man behind the trigger, and behind the... He made it just in time. The notification popped up. You landed a 200% critical sneak attack, dealing 1268 damage. He checked out the weapon in his hands and whispered, this gun is amazing. Then he started scanning the item stats. This is a Broken Gus sniper rifle. Effect low recoil. The electromagnetic kinetic energy system has significantly reduced the mechanical kickback. 3 components are damaged, so there's a chance of failure. However, the hit causes severe bleeding to the target. Bai Tian clutched his wound, struggling to move. There is no way I die like this. He tried to stand straight, but the sniper's location was unknown and Bennett was still behind him. He bolted for the exit. Running was the only option now. Strange, eerie lightning continued to rip the sky apart. Bai Tian used every last drop of strength to escape. His legs were wrapped in energy, pushing him to move even faster. Even with heavy wounds, he kept pushing. Bai Tian didn't realize he was already in the crosshairs. A thunderous shot rang out and a bullet punched right through his skull. Han Xiao's long finger was still resting on the trigger. He looked at his downed target with a smug grin. One more shot and red liquid sprayed everywhere from the top of Bai Tian's head. He dropped dead before saying a word. Bennett stood there, jaw hitting the floor, totally shocked by how fast everything went south. Su and her crew were stunned, just standing there, frozen like robots with their phones still in their hands. An urgent voice crackled over the line. Hello, what is the status? Su was totally paralyzed, unable to find her voice. Bai Tian's dead, shot. You can't even see his face through all that red stuff leaking out. Su stared at the scene terrified and reported that the shooter only needed 3 shots. Outside the manor, a crowd gathered to gossip as the body was hauled out. They started whispering, Mr. Black killed Bai Tian. This has to be for real, right? This has to be for Han Xiao's powerful strides brought him closer, and everyone nearby looked up, their eyes wide with total shock. Seeing their hero back, they all cheered like crazy. Mr. Black. Everyone was shouting his name in excitement. Mr. Black is a straight-up superhero. Bennett praised him with total confidence. That was some seriously good work. Han Xiao didn't let the praise get to him, just smirking modestly. It was nothing. Old Man Wang's applause echoed from afar as he smiled back. The youth are terrifying. 3 perfect shots. You even gave this old man a real heart attack. Han Xiao pointed back, refusing to take all the credit. With him around, you were never in any real danger. Wang Yun was grateful and quickly made arrangements. Good work. Go get some rest. He skillfully started brewing tea for his guests. I checked the records. The Sclot family was the one who recommended you for this job. Fragrant tea flowed as Wang Yuan made the confirmation. Your power is way beyond the seed level. I'm promoting you straight to ghost level right now. Han Xiao's eyes flickered with something unreadable for a second before he went back to his cool self. Thanks, old man. The screen flashed his mission rewards. Phase 5 complete. 30,000 FB earned. Hidden objective. Keep Bennett out of the fight. Done. You received 300,000 experience points. Han Xiao sipped his tea, thinking. No new phases. Looks like this quest line is over. He stared straight ahead, his brain running the numbers. Plus that 300,000 FB from killing Bai Qin. I've got over 1 million now. Time for gift number 2. The sun was just rising over the mountain when the door opened. A sleepy voice grumbled, "It's you! Why so early?" Han Xiao appeared totally energized and carrying a box. "I want to learn combat skills." Bennett, barely awake, just squinted at him with a confused look. That's it. He didn't come here for anything else. Han Xiao popped the box open, revealing a little something to bribe him with. Bennett was wide awake now, eyes popping. Is this a Ghost Lock sniper rifle? He slammed the lid shut and pulled it close. Bennett was grinning clearly, loving his new toy. Fine then. Follow me. Inside the room lined with Japanese-style wood panels, Bennett sat across from Han Xiao and slowly began the lesson. I used to be an assassin who specialized in the shadows. Maybe these tricks of mine can help you out. The system notification immediately popped up. New quest, the unseen stalker in the dark. All he had to do was learn Bennett's secret techniques and master them through practice. The screen also showed the mission requirements and the rewards. Han Xiao celebrated internally. This rare class from version 1.0 would finally let him master the stealth combat style he wanted. Before they kicked things off, Bennett gave him a friendly warning. I'm only teaching you the theory. To master this, you need real-world practice. He slid a piece of white paper across the table. Here's my contact info. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime. Bennett cleared things up, then asked for his opinion. Of course, I might need a favor later, too. Yudan Han Xiao listened, his mind already spinning with the possibilities. Could this be Bennett's main story quest? Keeping his cool, he took the paper and gave a confident nod. Definitely. Meanwhile, the air was thick with tension over at the Star Dragon Strategic Defense Intelligence Bureau. A soldier rushed in, clutching a stack of files. Minister, we just received the report on the mobilization documents. The documents were packed with intel on Mr. Black. Origin unknown, background unknown. A professional hitman from the Blood Covenant Association. It listed all his achievements. The report was so detailed it even covered his personality and combat power. Also, he's a mechanic. His boots have high mobility sliding capabilities. His sniper rifle is the custom weapon with insane damage output. Pay close attention. Long Wei didn't hesitate slamming down a red stamp to approve the high-risk entry. He let out a long, exhausted sigh. Great. Just what we need. Another dangerous player on the board. 11 looks up from the screen and spins around. Is this the badass everyone is talking about? The screen flashes the results. Mr. Black just hit rank 23. 3 shots and his target was history. Who the hell is this guy? 11 stares at the loading bar. The search for him on the dark web is breaking the servers. Some think it is a prank. Longwei just glares at the data with a dead serious expression. These dark web rankings have always been fair, so it is definitely not a joke. He's already thinking about the future. The veteran killers at the Blood Covenant won't take this well. No way they will accept some newbie being on their level. Longwei turns and snaps out an order to find everything on Mr. Black. 11's eyes go blank, answering like a robot. Copy that? An off-road vehicle tears across the scorched winding road, leaving a massive wall of dust in its wake. Han Xiao keeps his hands steady while his mind races. For now, Farian is someone he can actually trust. But everything changes eventually, especially human relationships. He looks determined. He knows he needs a secret base of his own. Before long, he is back at a very familiar place, the old abandoned sector. Han Xiao's boot comes down hard, crushing some poor, unlucky creature under his heel. He scans the area as memories flood back. In his past life, a major guild snatched this base right out of his hands. The wreckage in front of him is exactly what he expected, as he figured the power generator is completely fried. Han Xiao heads back to the vehicle with his robots to unload crates. Luckily, he is always one step ahead. He looks at the stash and grins. The materials Farian sent over are more than enough to fix this place up. In no time, the basic base starts taking shape. Han Xiao brushes the dust off his hands, feeling pretty damn proud of his work. Done. Han Xiao stands back to take it all in, then reaches out a finger to hit the door release. The place is massive, but showing its age, covered in a few cobwebs. The robots are already inside, scrubbing things down while Han Xiao checks the terminal quality. Most of the tech here is still functional. It should not take long at all to get everything back online. He carefully inspects every single piece of gear. Time slips away, and before he knows it, the sun is starting to set. Han Xiao stretches with a massive yawn. Finally, it is finished. Suddenly, his eyes sharpen as something catches his attention. Taking in the view of his new base, Han Xiao cannot help but smirk. He's finally a man with a real operation. His genius brain starts mapping out the next moves. As a ghost-level assassin, he gets priority intel now. The path for his mission is finally cleared. If he just sticks to the plan, he will definitely hit legendary status and finally be ready to take down his ultimate goal. Germinal, I really hope you are ready for the absolute storm I'm about to bring your way. Meanwhile, over at the Starlight Defense Bureau, a phone starts ringing off the hook, catching Feng Jun's attention. He picks up, sounding pretty annoyed. Hello, who is this? From the other end comes a familiar cocky voice. Guess who? Feng Jun has not forgotten that voice. He nearly jumps out of his skin. Han Xiao. He slams the table and stands up. You actually have the nerve to call Feng Jun, points at the phone and whispers to his team. It is Han Xiao. Gu Hai rushes over and barks at the operator to trace the call. 11's fingers fly across the keys as he tries to lock it. But instead of a location, a red warning light flashes across the screen, unable to track. 11 breaks into a cold sweat because he cannot break the enemy's anti-tracking software. This guy is a world-class hacker. Seeing the struggle, Gu Hui grabs the phone from Feng Jun. Let me handle him. He immediately launches into a series of threats. Han Xiaoyu went AWOL and violated every security protocol we have. The fallout from this is going to be massive. Han Xiao takes a slow puff of his cigarette and smirks. Let me guess you are calling to ask when I'm coming home. The guy on the other end is about to lose it, but Han Xiao has everything calculated. He looks out at the horizon. I am not coming back. Gu Hai cannot believe the attitude. You really want to defect. Han Xiao just keeps pushing his buttons, half joking the whole time. You have got it all wrong. I still want to work with you guys. We're just changing how we do things. Luckily, he's already holding the phone away from his ear when the shouting starts. And just what the hell is that supposed to mean? Han Xiao hangs up before the man can even finish. Gu Hui is absolutely furious and throws his headset. This is ridiculous. That kid is way too full of himself. Feng Jun scrambles onto the floor to rescue his gear. Hey, watch it. That was my phone you just threw. Suddenly, 11 speaks up. The director just got an email from Han Xiao. Both of them freeze and stare at the screen. The screen displays a highly detailed map of every germinal base. It includes their ID numbers, exact coordinates, and even several encrypted attachments. Gu Hai leans in for a closer look and gasps. So this is the new way of working together he was talking about. Back in the small room, Feng Jun and Gu Hui are glued to the screen. After a long silence, Gu Hui finally speaks up. Stop the hunt for Han Xiao. Keep his status as an official special agent active for now. Move his file to the external spy records. Feng Jun finally breathes easy, feeling the heavy weight leave his chest. Good. No more beef with that guy. Suddenly, the screen starts blowing up with a long list of new alerts. Gu Hai scans the text, his eyes going wide with a look of total surprise. Wait, why are 5 different nations asking for a connection at the same time? Patch them in. Suddenly, all 5 screens pop up with faces looking incredibly serious. OD cuts. Right to it. Chief of 13, do you know the world's most wanted criminal from the Germinal Zero? That hit Gu Hui right in the gut. He's totally speechless, his mouth hanging open in shock. Before he can even stutter an answer, Oddity's voice blasts through the screen at him. Zero leaked us the goods. We've got maps for secret germinal bases across the southern, western, and northern continents. We're usually wary of random tips, but this one came with a very specific little note at the end. He pauses for a few beats before dropping the bomb. Starlight Intelligence will back up my info. This makes Gu Hui break out in a cold sweat. He clenches his fists so hard they start shaking with pure rage. He is absolutely livid. This punk sent intel to everyone and used us as proof. Damn you to hell, Han Xiao. Across the base, a robot rolls through the darkness carrying a tray of late-night snacks. Han Xiao is chilling in the tub, watching the world talk trash about him on the screen. The news is pretty wild. He gets quiet for a second, just taking it all in. Alerts ping. Planet Aquamarine legend, the Black Phantom, a silent assassin from the underworld. They say he's a ghost from the night with 1,000 different faces. No trace left behind. Nobody ever knows when he arrives or when he vanishes. But by the time you see his silhouette turning to leave, death's kiss has already been placed on your brow. That signature bullet hole leaves a bloody mess, one shot, one life. Han Xiao is genuinely stunned. A legend. He is not exactly thrilled with the edgy name they gave him and keeps complaining about it. Black Phantom, that sounds so lame. Why not just call me something cool like the White Demon? Out in the wild, a wolf's ears twitch in the dead silence of the night. It heard something. It sits up staring at the sky and whining like it senses something bad coming. Fighter jets scream past, cutting through the dark. Meanwhile, Germinal Base number 22 sits quietly in the middle of the night. The guard's forehead is dripping with sweat as he stares through his binoculars. A fighter jet suddenly appears in view. He panics and screams a warning to the rest of the crew. Enemy fighters. Sound the alarm. The other guy looks up, totally caught off guard. How'd they find us before he can finish the bombs, turn the watchtower into a massive fireball? The buildings behind them explode too. A line of tanks rolls out, moving in for the kill. Meanwhile, Bennett and Wang Yuan sit across from each other, staring into the distance. The war is back on. 6 nations are moving at once to wipe out every secret germinal base. Images of people suffering flash by as the old man speaks his piece. Chaos is everywhere. Thousands of refugees are flooding the border. Little Olivia is terrified and crying her eyes out. Mom, when can we go home? The mother just holds her close, trying to be brave. We can't go back. They'll draft your dad and brother. They might never come home again. She's too young to get it and keeps whining. Bennett watches the heartbreak unfold in silence. Why are the 6 nations acting so fast and decisive this time? Before now, they couldn't even find a single trail to follow. Inside info from the Spy Zero. That traitorous rat finally snitched on the whole organization. He looks grim. Looks like the evacuation plan has to start earlier than expected. Bennett can't hide his helplessness with so much work left to do. He knocks back his drink, finishing the whole glass in one go. He's calculating the risks. Screw it. You can never be 100% ready anyway. Launch the plan now. Call every ally we have left. Recruit the lone wolves. We need to gather every bit of strength we can find. The night is just getting started. Forget the quiet outside. Inside the base, the air is thick. A fist slams hard against the wall. It's Hooting Wolf. He's fuming, teeth gritted as he spits out that name Zero. Just thinking about him makes his blood boil. How much intel does this kid actually have? How'd he find out? Suddenly, a crazy thought hits Hooting Wolf. Is he a freaking psychic now? Can he see the future? Wolf loses it again, taking his anger out on the brick wall. No wonder he managed to break out of the lab, and why he stayed one step ahead of us. Wolf is shaking with rage. This Zero brat is way too dangerous to live. If he stays alive, every secret move we make is toast. Wolf grabs the mic and starts barking orders to the crew. Pack up the 3 continents base now. Forget the losses, just get everyone out of there as fast as possible. Workers freeze as the speakers blare. It's time to trigger the emergency backup plan. The hibernation protocol is officially a go. Everything moves to the underground. Tell the intel team to hunt down Zero. Do not miss a single footprint. Wolf can't shake the paranoia. He's not taking any more risks with this kid. He issues one last command, until Zero is in the ground. The whole war plan is on ice. Meanwhile, miles away, the sun breaks over a different base. Cho checks the system. Resting dust seed progress is at 13.8%. He smirks. The chaos is working perfectly. Time to personally hunt down the germinal retreaters and bump those quest numbers up. Suddenly, the system starts blowing up with notifications about him. Han Xiao goes quiet, thinking it through. This legend rank came from leaking the germinal intel. He basically crippled them and turned planet Aquamarine into a total war zone. He actually laughs. After a long stretch, Han Xiao stands up. Messing with people really is his greatest talent. He decides it is time to head out. On Earth, a notification breaks the silence. Planet Aquamarine launch countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beams of light rain down across the globe. At the old Dark Crow Valley base, Jupiter finally finishes his long journey. He's hit level 10. He's not alone either. Half the God Guild just warped into the same area. He scans the horizon. Aruba pipes up, sounding confused. Hey boss, where's the base? He's level 9 now, but Jupiter is already looking annoyed. He's wondering the same thing. We're supposed to be right in the middle of the base, he mutters, confused. The others nod in agreement. Then Sepp screams out, sounding completely panicked. Reputation with Dark Crow Valley just vanished. Aruba checks the logs. Wait, he's right. It's totally gone. Jupiter panics and pulls up the quest board. Thank God the quest is still active. He breathes a sigh of relief. But then the system updates with a new objective, track down Zero. It jumped from B to A rank. Aruba rushes over to talk strategy. This Zero guy isn't some random NPC. The devs said every planet has its own main character. He starts thinking. I'm telling you, this guy has to be the protagonist of Aquamarine. After searching for a bit, the group spots a small wooden shack. Farmers harvesting crops look up at the noise. Jupiter walks up to them. Hey man, do you know what happened to those ruins over there? One NPC sees a chance to make a buck. Buy some oranges first, $20 each, very sweet. Clearly no pay, no info. Jupiter dies a little inside while handing over $20. Fine, give me one. The guy spills it. That was a germinal base? Star Dragon and Hesla wiped them out months ago. Jupiter is stunned. He had no idea. Aruba groans, complaining that all their beta prep was a waste, as Captain Jupiter has to step up. It's not a waste. We have the only A-rank server quest. We'll find another base and join Germinal again. Aruba, ever the troll, won't let it go. Yo, boss, let me taste that $20 orange. Jupiter is stressing out. Shut up and get lost. Meanwhile, in Star Dragon's western capital, Mika is skipping down the street humming a happy tune. She hits Han Xiao's repair shop and shouts, Han Xiao, I'm back, I missed you. But inside, she only finds Old Man Lu. He's been gone a long time. he grumbles. Didn't even say goodbye. Right after talking, he downed the bottle like a total savage. Mika's vibe died. She just stuttered her question. Her backup bailed on her. Totally unfair. Mika screamed through the whole garage. What am I supposed to do now? Meanwhile, at the Sprout Lab in Andia, inside, buff guys are floating in these nutrient solution tubes. This worker guy has a syringe. He's pumping gene mod juice into the tanks. The system updates immediately. Gene mod juice injected. Success. All stats +3. New talent unlocked. Gene tuning. Ability awakening chance and power up by 10. Han Xiao reads this and gets totally hyped. Best random start ever. Right then, Electrolux snaps awake and instantly triggers his special skills. Awesome. This is definitely going to shock all of Huaxia. The staff checking the stats are absolutely losing it from fear. He is awake. We finally have a successful test subject here. Electrol ignores those nosy stares and just walks right out of the tube. Then out of nowhere, something completely trips him out. Turns out he walks out and gets slapped with handcuffs. Montrung and the guards immediately haul him away. Electrox is like, "What are you guys doing?" "I am an awakener." The guy snaps back. "Quit the yapping. Every single subject needs 5 brainwashings and a full month under watch before they are allowed to go free." He's about to cry. This is so depressing. A month without leveling, the other players are going to leave him in the dust. Out in the middle of nowhere, a truck is flying across a bridge at top speed. It is Han Xiao. He is driving and smoking like it is nothing. Since the game just launched, it is prime time to hustle these newbie players. On the screen, Google Maps is still showing the way. The truck rolls into Bighorn Mountain Beginner Village. He hops out and just walks right into town. Ting Ting and his buddy are picking oranges when they hear something. Han Xiao gives them a major look of superiority. The villagers see this stranger and his massive truck and swarm him. Is that a new NPC? We have never seen him before. Someone looks him up in the system. Let me see. Boom! All the info on Han Xiao pops up immediately. Codename 0. Level unknown. Stats unknown. Danger level fatal. The whole village starts buzzing about it. Lethal danger. This is a high-level NPC. They swarm him. Why is an NPC like this in a starter village? Is he a boss? I doubt it. Trust me, an NPC this cracked has got to give out some absolutely insane quest rewards. Han Xiao is totally loving the attention. They're hooked. Just then, everyone gets a system notification. You encountered a mysterious NPC passing through. Looks like he has jobs for you. Get on his good side for rewards. The players keep talking. 1,000 XP for finding poison grass. Not bad at all. Han Xiao checks his stats and thinks, now my quest reward limit is way higher than it used to be. The system pops up a whole list of reward info. Han Xiao is thinking that legendary status really boosted his quest limit. Suddenly a voice snaps him right back to reality. Some guy points at his hand and says, "We found the poison grass." Han Xiao is actually touched seeing everyone help him out. Thanks, heroes. He doesn't want to let them down, so he drops a sweet offer. If you guys need gear, I can provide some weapons. The villagers are shook. This guy is a legendary merchant. He immediately pulls out the power arm stats. The whole village is buzzing, but damn, that is way too pricey. 20,000 coins. Who has that kind of cash? Plus, it needs 25 strength. At least level 10. These stats are wild. A light power arm. Man, this is early game. God tier loot. Some guy starts complaining, but the machine parts are actually cheap, just like shopping at a flea market. A pistol for only 1,500. One guy says, "I will take one." Then everyone else starts yelling for one. Me too, Xiaolong grabs his new gun and is totally geeking out over it. Wow, the quality is legit. Way better than that last NPC. Huo Lu is looking at it and pushing him to try. Fire it, Xiaolong listens to his friend and pulls the trigger. But he is a total noob, so he shoots everywhere and scares everyone half to death. What the heck? Stop spraying, Xiaolong is embarrassed. My bad, sorry. He is looking at the gun. Like, man, without shooting skills, this is a total waste. Han Xiao rubs his chin. Need skills, I can teach you. The other players are hyped. Whoa, you can even learn skills from 0. You need 5 favor points to learn a skill. It costs 500 coins and favorability goes up. That is way too expensive. Han Xiao's eyes light up like he found a gold mine. I am a business genius. Feng Yue steps up to sign up too. My rep is high enough, I want to learn some skills. He browsed the system and nodded. All right, take your pick. She asked for the basic knowledge needed to change classes. The other players started freaking out and getting noisy again. Wait, didn't the forums say class change skills were super rare? My favor is high too. I want in on this. They swarmed him like a pack of ants fighting over every single slot. Get one for me. Hey, stop pushing me. Finally, things quieted down again. Now only Han Xiao was left standing there. He let out a long sigh of relief. Phew, finally finished with that massive crowd. Got some downtime? Han Xiao opened the forums to take a look. Everyone was buzzing about him. It seems his sudden appearance is stirring up a lot of drama online. Han Xiao started getting more hyped the more he thought about it. This was perfect. The retreating troops would be here soon. Time to get his hands dirty. System alert, your light-powered arm has been sold. He grinned. A player named Du was the buyer. The second he tried the gear on, he couldn't help but shout, "Damn, this is the real deal. Totally worth the cash." Inside the car, Han Xiao puffed a cigarette feeling smug. He was rich and far better geared than the other players. These guys are probably from a major guild. I can definitely find a way to use that to my advantage. He checked the system and called out to the crowd. A squad of budding sprout troops will be passing through here in a few days. I need a crew to help me set up some traps in the forest. You guys free to help out. Every player got the system alert and went wild. A new quest. Only 2 guys were standing there moping and sighing. Man, this quest only gives 300 XP, but at least it's 3 favor points. A few more and I can unlock the epic gear. Fangven was totally pumped. We can definitely help you set up those traps, man. Count us in. Other players started lugging gear around. So heavy. Han Xiao just smirked. Those favor points were the perfect bait to get them moving. Even without any other rewards, these players would still work obediently for him just for the reputation. Deep in the lush green mountains, the air was crisp and clean. Everyone followed orders, setting traps all over the forest, but they were still skeptical. Can these basic traps actually do any real damage to the soldiers from the Sprout army? He overheard them from a distance and laughed to himself. No, the damage is 0, but scaring them is the point. Giving them a good scare is plenty. Suddenly, Han Xiao's eyes went wide. A broadcast alert popped up on his system screen. The Hallowed Temple Esports Club was live streaming. Han Xiao tapped the link, and Li Gei's face immediately filled the screen. He was surrounded by a mob of reporters, all firing off one tough question after another at him. Li Gei, is your main focus going to be moving over to the Galaxy world from now on? Why did you wait for the open beta before joining? Li Gei calmly answered. Galaxy is a revolutionary game with just massive potential for everyone involved. I truly believe this is going to be the next big thing in gaming. The world esports scene is already preparing the first global professional tournament for Galaxy. And it is not just me. Every pro in China is ready to fight for our national glory. Another reporter stepped up. Li Gei, the French pro Lost Angel, says he's going to crush you in Galaxy. Any comment? His voice dropped, his face turning dead serious. I am not afraid of anyone. Not him, not anyone. I am going to climb to the top of Galaxy and lead our team to crush every single enemy. Below, news updates showed more clubs launching Galaxy divisions. The hype for Galaxy was reaching a fever pitch across the entire world. Pre-orders for the second wave of the game were about to drop. Han Xiao smirked. A whole new batch of players was coming. Just like that, new players started spawning and checking themselves out. Whoa, this game looks insanely real. Frozen Chili noticed the guy standing there. Wait, a newbie with a gun already. Didn't the forum say weapons were impossible to buy? He couldn't help himself and ran over. Hey, big brother, where did you get that sick gun from? Are you guys total newbies? Well, asking me was the right move. Listen, whatever you do, do not go to Bighorn Mountain to buy your guns. Head west. There's a high-level character named Black Phantom. His guns are cheap, high quality, and he can even help you change classes. Everyone immediately sprinted toward the truck warehouse where Han Xiao was sitting waiting for his next set of customers. Hey, big boss, let me get 30 rounds. Any quests for me? Han Xiao couldn't hide his grin, seeing them so hyped. Word of mouth was definitely going to bring in some serious business for him. Soon it was late afternoon. The sun began to sink, painting everything in a peaceful orange glow. Han Xiao sat alone in the warehouse. He breathed a sigh of relief now that the crowd was gone, but then a voice called out. Excuse me, Black Phantom? He turned around. It was Fang Nguyen, a level 3 player walking toward him. Why are you so set on fighting the Germinal organization? Han Xiao stared at her, genuinely curious. It was clear that Feng Yue lived for this kind of thing, digging up every hidden side quest and secret plot point the game had to offer. Feng Yue stood her ground, waiting for him to finally speak. She looked totally innocent, but he just turned his back on her. Confused, she let out a quiet, huh. Feng Yue started to regret asking as her voice trailed off into a whisper. Was that too much? Sorry. Before she could finish, he cut her off and casually lit up a cigarette like it was nothing. Look, the Germinal organization is pure evil. Han Xiao sat down to explain. They weaponize grief-manipulating refugees into fighting for their sick ambitions and plotting to spark a global war that will burn everything down. All they do is bring pain to the world. Hearing this, Feng Yue felt her blood boil. These guys were seriously beyond wicked. He liked her fire. Giving a small smile, he hit her with a look that was as mysterious as it gets. You want in on taking them down? She didn't blink. She just nodded with total determination and said yes. Right then, a system notification popped up. Black Phantom's favorability went up by 5 points. Feng Yue couldn't help but look surprised. Oh, so there is a backstory here. Suddenly, Han Xiao handed her a cell phone and threw a few compliments her way. Nice work. I see that courage in you. He made sure to tell her, once you get stronger, use this phone to reach out to me. The system pinged again with an update. Feng Yue was literally grinning like a kid on Christmas morning. You received a mission from Black Phantom. Reach level 20 and then get in contact with him to continue the quest. Night was falling. 6 p.m. sharp flashed on Han Xiao's screen. He frowned, staring off into the distance with a look of concern. The Germinal retreat squad is probably almost here. Nearby, the players were already buzzing, totally breaking the silence. Hey, get over here right now. Black Phantom has a brand new quest for us. The system laid it out. Prize pool mission: hunt the Germinal squad. Follow Black Phantom and his team. We are talking Germinal troops. This is a prize pool mission with a massive 35,000 experience reward. Every player joining has to cough up 500 experience points. That points pool gets added to the final prize pool once everything is done. The total experience points will be divided among the top 5 players or squads based on who contributes the most. The Sky Killers Guild was absolutely floored after reading that. 35,000 experience points is insane. Right now, most quests barely give a few hundred. Blinded by greed, the guild leader whispered, "We can't let any other players get their hands on this mission?" That bold call startled the guy right next to him. Why? Janching spelled it out. Only 5 squads get paid. There are over 10,000 players crawling all over Mount Degiao. Instead of fighting everyone, why don't we just take the full 35,000 experience? If we're the only ones who take the mission, we can totally rig the rankings. As long as our guys win, we're golden. Bala was totally on board with the boss. He started the plan immediately, giving the order that nobody touches Black Phantom for the next 2 hours. Black Phantom sensed something was off. Han Xiao noticed the vibe around him was getting seriously weird. Players out front were screaming because they were being blocked. "This is total garbage. I just wanted to buy some more ammo." But Bala didn't care. He kept them back shouting, "Nobody talks to the Black Phantom right now." Han Xiao was getting annoyed. Wow, this guild has some nerve trying to hog my entire prize pool reward for themselves. Without thinking twice, he dropped their favorability straight into the red. The system alert sent the guild leader into a total panic. Black Phantom's favorability just tanked by 10 points. It's down to 5 now. Things are officially getting cold. Bala turned to his boss, looking totally miserable. "Boss, all that favorability we worked so hard for is just gone." Janching just face-palmed, feeling totally done with his teammates. Suddenly, some player yelled at the top of their lungs, "Let Black Phantom start the prize pool mission." The entire crowd suddenly bum-rushed Han Xiao's truck warehouse, screaming their heads off the whole way. 500 experience is pocket change. Let me in. I want a piece too? Their sheer greed just made him sneer. "Oh, so you really thought you could hog my quest?" Meanwhile, the Avada group was shouting for members. Level 3? Esper needs a team. Esper right here looking to team up with a melee fighter. Feng Yue heard them and walked over. "Hey, you guys need one more." But all she got was a polite no. "Sorry, our squad is already full." Getting rejected like that actually stung a little bit. Suddenly a hand landed on her shoulder and someone called her name. Feng Yue. It was actually Han Xiao looking at her. "You're with me." He reached back, pulled out a heavy sniper rifle and handed it over. "You can borrow this." The second she grabbed it, her system flared up. Rank 4 sniper rifle. Requirement level 1 sniper skill or higher. Feng Yue sighed, looking totally defeated. "Even if you give me this, I have no idea how to use it." Han Xiao didn't blink and transferred power to her. The system pinged again. "Hull Lin wants to teach you sniping. Spend 2,000 XP to learn it." This offer has Fong and Guiyet screaming with pure joy. "Man, you teaching me is awesome." Meanwhile, Du is hiding behind a boulder giving out orders to the rest of the team. "Our biggest rivals are the Heaven Killers. They just took Black Ghost. Keep a very sharp eye on those guys." Bat La is literally crying a river because his reputation score just tanked. Respect is so hard to earn. Seeing his teammate all depressed, Tram Than steps in to offer some encouragement. "Stop overthinking it. Let us finish the mission first. This quest XP will totally make up for the losses. We just cannot let Beach Kong Du and his Sky Realm Guild steal our #1 spot." Night falls and everything gets creepy quiet. Fong Nguyen and Han Tiu are crouching behind a boulder waiting to spring the ambush. The system notification pops up. You have now officially entered stealth mode. Agility +8. Your next string of attacks will now trigger a sneak effect. You have entered focused aiming mode, boosting your next shot power by 15%. He looks so cool that the guy next to him is stunned. He cannot even sense his presence anymore. A pro is a pro. But Han Tiu is not paying attention. He is lost in his own thoughts. Just you wait. Back in the day, we had Little Lee, but today we have Han the One-Shot. Suddenly, a convoy rolls into view. The prey is finally here. Monjep is driving when he spots something weird. What is that? The road ahead is littered with traps. It is enough to make anyone lose faith. Why are there so many animal traps on the road? He quickly turns around to report the situation to his boss. "If we keep going, the tires will blow." Frey speaks up with a warning. "Stay sharp. This place is likely a setup for an ambush." Minesweepers move up. Instantly, a squad with detectors jumps out of the vehicle and hits the road. Phil is part of the squad scanning the ground. Suddenly, his detector pings something. He spins around and screams to the others, "Watch out." There are landmines ahead, but that shout just alerts the Ula gang hiding in the bushes to come out. Is that the rookie army, realizing the people in front of him are enemies? Phi Dao aims at the sweepers and shouts, "They are the ones, fire." Phil panics and screams for everyone to get down. The sweepers hear him and immediately hit the dirt. They dodge most of the bullets that way. Phil stays low to stay safe. But those players are such bad shots that the enemy is literally laughing in their faces. Where are you even aiming? Is your sight in outer space? Frey stays in the car and orders the sweepers to fire back. On command, the soldiers aim at the players to finish them. They unleash a relentless hail of bullets without any mercy. The Ula gang gets peppered with lead and tumbles back, cursing their own teammates the whole way down. Crap, what kind of damage is that? The pain makes his hands shake. You would think it is game over, but they just respawned. Phi Dao just stands there laughing. The death penalty is brutal. All that XP they farmed earlier is totally gone. Ula gets his head back in the game and rallies the squad. The quest objective is all that matters. Just do damage even if we die. They all charge forward, ignoring the danger. He leads the way, absolutely fired up and ready for war. Do not be afraid, charge. Their recklessness actually shocks the soldiers. Are these guys just looking for a way to die? Frey glares with rage and gives the order. They are totally overestimating themselves. If they want to die, then give it to them. The soldiers open fire again. Every time Ula gets tagged, he screams, "Damn it, I'm dead again." Phi Dao's face is twisted in frustration. He really should have focused on long-range skills earlier. At the same time, Sare is sitting beside Frey, watching the carnage with a mocking grin. These idiots are actually kind of fun. Without a second thought, he grabs his knife and hops out of the car. Time for a little surprise. Frey stays cool and gives his buddy a reminder. Do not go too crazy. We are on a very tight schedule. The forest at night, wrapped in fog and starlight, is eerily quiet. Then a quick footstep breaks the silence as someone leaps into the air with insane speed. Sare shows zero mercy, driving his blade straight into the guy back. The target drops instantly dead before he hits the ground. At that exact moment, the system reveals that Sare level and stats are all hidden mysteries. A player sees those stats and freaks out. Another high-level threat has appeared, but before he can even react, he is quickly finished off by the killer. Hiding behind a rock, Dulang mutters about how strong the guy is. He wonders if he is tougher than Black Ghost. His teammate quickly shushes him. Quiet down. But it is too late. Sare's eyes go wide as if he just sensed something nearby. He lunges instantly toward the hiding spot, blade ready to strike. The ninja knows he is totally outmatched and starts begging desperately for his life. "Stop, I have already died twice today." Just as he says it, a bullet flies out of nowhere and pierces the guy's skull. Sare collapses to the ground, soaked in blood. The two players are stunned. One shot and it is all over. They instinctively look up toward the mountain peak. Could that be the Black Ghost Dulang? Exhales, relieved to be alive. That power is insane, I'm safe now. Somewhere else in the rookie vehicle, the driver hears the radio and panics. Wait, what did you just say? He couldn't believe his ears. Saber was literally deleted in one shot. Frey huddled in the back, shaking and muttering about a sniper who could one-shot a super. Suddenly it hit him. Could it be the Black Phantom? Frey's face turned ghost white as he started barking orders with pure desperate panic. Fall back! The convoy floored it, leaving their buddies in the dust. But they didn't get far before things started getting really weird. A massive barrier flared up, trapping them like rats. The driver froze. It was an EMP ambush, and they were dead in the water. High above, Han Xiao watched the carnage with a cold, satisfied smirk. Think you're going somewhere? He flipped a switch and the ground spat out rows of killing machines. Those automated turrets were waiting for this exact moment. They unleashed hell all at once. Seconds later, the convoy was a scrap heap, and soldiers were getting tossed like rag dolls from the flaming wrecks. A group of players caught the whole explosion. Kurumo's jaw dropped as he yelled out in pure disbelief. Automated artillery. Since when were mechanics this cracked? The fire roared, looking ready to swallow that armored truck in one big gulp. The survivors scrambled, running for their lives and praying for a way out of the kill zone. The players saw their opening and pounced. It's go time, charge! Meanwhile, a pair of small, steady hands slid a fresh mag into a rifle. Feng Yu white-knuckled her weapon, her face a total mess of nerves and pure panic. A soldier spotted her and tried to duck, but she nailed him right in the leg. More followed, dropping like flies across the battlefield. Two others were in even worse shape, taking rounds dangerously close to their hearts. Han Xiao and Feng Yue traded a quick, knowing grin. He left the cleanup to the squad and headed off to handle the real prize. Frey was shaking like a leaf, his voice cracking. Black Phantom. Even cornered, the guy still had the nerve to talk trash. The Germinal organization will hunt you down. Han Xiao just smirked. I think you've got the whole situation backwards, pal. He leveled his gun at Frey's head and barked out his final words. I'm the one who's never forgiving the Germinal. A single shot echoed, sending birds scattering. Kurumo's crew watched from the trees, stunned. One man just soloed an entire army. Mechanics are way too OP. Suddenly his eyes went wide as the system interface flickered to life right in front of him. Mission Hunt the Germinal is complete. Reward 520,000 experience points. Kudama whispered, "It's over." The rest of the players got the same alert and immediately started buzzing with crazy excitement. Those top-tier pro guilds, Voidfield and Heavenkill, just got smoked by one guy. Mama yelled out, "Feng Yue might actually bag 30% of that XP." The guy next to her whistled. "Man, that girl is set." Sensing a chance, Du snapped at his team. "Find this Feng Yue girl and find her now." The girl everyone was hunting for was still in a daze. "Congrats! You ranked first in the mission." The crowd of players around Han Xiao's truck started growing fast. Ninja and Yu La were losing their minds with excitement. "Black Phantom is back! Let's cash in the quest!" Suddenly Yu La froze. He saw Feng Yue handing a sniper rifle back to Han Xiao. Every single player was floored. Suddenly all eyes were locked on the two of them. "That's Feng Yue, the top ranker. The Black Phantom is giving her special treatment." He muttered under his breath, eyes narrowing in suspicion. "It's a hidden quest line!" Yu La screamed, charging forward. The rest of the pack followed, their eyes glowing with pure greed. "Feng Yue sent me a friend request." Panicked by the mob, she turned and begged for help. "Why are they swarming me like this?" Seeing her panic, Han Xiao jumped in to pull a hero move. "Hop in. I'll get you back to the safe zone." She looked like she'd seen an angel. "Thank you." Their truck roared down the mountain road easily, leaving those 81 players in the dust. Han Xiao kept one eye on the road and the other on his blowing up notifications. The forums were blowing up with comments about the fight. Honestly, most players were having a total existential crisis over it. That damage is broken. A monster like Saber got one-tapped. Isn't Black Phantom just some high-level NPC from Bighorn Mountain? What level is that guy? The mechanic class looks like a literal gold mine. I'm stuck on some magic-themed planet with zero tech. Han Xiao felt pretty smug. It looked like the player base was finally waking up to the power of a mechanic. Over at the Bighorn Mountain camp, a player caught a sound and immediately started shouting to the crowd. "Black Phantom is back!" The players spotted his truck and swarmed it, yelling out some of the weirdest stuff you've ever heard. "I'm switching to mechanic right now. Move over, let me go first." But Han Xiao just stayed cool, tweaking his system settings while the mob watched his every move. He thought to himself, once you idiots realize how deep this class goes, you'll know that buying my gear is the only way to level up. Feng Yue used the noise to slink away, hoping to vanish before anyone noticed. Too bad for her, she couldn't outrun being the center of attention. "Hey girl, hold up, that is Du." A bunch of curious players are following him, staring at Feng Ngui like she is a freak. "You got a minute?" She screams in terror, throwing her hands up to block them. "What do you guys want? Better watch out. This game has a harassment block feature?" He rolls his eyes, totally annoyed by her massive ego. "Huh. I just want to know how you triggered the Black Phantom's hidden quest." "Relax, we will make it worth your while with a reward." Feng Wei ignores the offers and bolts. I don't know, Du misses his chance and barks an order at one of his other lackeys. "Go ask around, find out if anyone saw her talking to the Black Phantom earlier." Out past the house as the wooden watchtower sits deep in the woods. It is creepy and dead quiet out here. Du is chilling up there when his scout rushes in with news. "Boss, I got the scoop." He whispers something into Du's ear so quiet nobody can hear a thing. He looks surprised. "Oh, so that is it." Cut to Han Xiao's car parked near some civilian houses. Du runs out of nowhere and shouts, "Black Phantom." He recognizes that voice the second he hears it. Du is the guild leader, but he is kind of a pushover. He scratches his head and asks Han Xiao, "Why are you fighting the Sprouts?" But all he gets back is a freezing glare and a biting, harsh response. "What is it to you?" Du gets ignored and starts fake crying. This is nothing like the intel I got. His buddy next to him is barely holding in a laugh. Han Xiao steps out and says coldly, "I am leaving. Catch you later, maybe." This sudden news spread fast and other players started swarming the area immediately. "Wait, the Phantom is leaving? No way. I am still 2 levels away from unlocking the mechanic class." Before long, he's already driving away down the mountain pass. Han Xiao leans back, thinking it through. The market potential for these Great Horn Mountain players is totally tapped out for now. It is still the early game. These players are just noobs. I gotta wait for them to level up before I can make some real bank. The Sprout army in the southern continent is pulling back. A massive war like this is the perfect chance to snag some rank A quests. Time to join the fun. Back where the players were, everyone is freaking out and causing a total scene. Suddenly, Frenzied Sword shows up looking around like a maniac. The forums said the Black Phantom was here. He rushes over to grill another player. "Where's the Black Phantom?" The other guy's face drops and he sighs. He is already gone, man. That news hits him like a bolt of lightning. When he runs off, sobbing to himself, cursing Han Xiao out all alone. "Black Phantom, I worked so hard to find you. How could you just leave?" Cut to a vast, dark mountain range under the night sky. Frenzied Sword wanders through the dark, moping. Where the heck is the Black Phantom? He looks everywhere but finds nothing, starting to feel totally hopeless. Am I ever actually going to find him? Just as the words leave his mouth, a voice speaks up. Frenzied Sword jumps out of his skin and spins around. Is it a ghost? Nope. Han Xiao's just standing there, cool as ice, looking for me. Before he can even look cool, Frenzied Sword lunges at his legs, bawling his eyes out like a baby. It is really you, I finally found you. This over-the-top reaction just makes Han Xiao let out a long, heavy sigh. If you're that desperate, then fine, come with me. Frenzied Sword looks up, snot running down his face. Come with you. Do what Han Xiao whips out a tablet showing a map of the forest where some shady business is going down. He finally locks in, narrowing his eyes at the screen. Wait, what is this place? Han Xiao just gives him a terrifyingly wicked smirk. The battlefield. Over at the Dragon headquarters, Ha Long is holding a stack of papers barking out orders to all his soldiers. The troops are in position according to the plan. He looks down at the ground where the landmines are buried. The Sprout ground troops are trying to link up with their navy. We have set up a massive minefield to slow them down. A fleet of Y-5 aircraft are soaring through the sky. Down below, the machine guns are locked and loaded for war. Our attack helicopters are ready to strike the enemy from above. Plus, our ammo trucks and heavy artillery can blast right through that thick jungle. We are making sure the Sprouts never go home. Meanwhile, back at the Sprout Army's secret ground base, Lin Yu is briefing his troops. Our scouts track the enemy's movements. They are planning to ambush us right in the middle of Cloud Valley. He looks at his men with a dead serious expression. Cloud Valley is the only way through. There is simply no avoiding it. Then he flashes a wicked, battle-hungry grin. All right then, let's give him a fight. Lin Yu looks at those strange rectangular crates with a smug look. Time to show the enemy what we are really made of. At the same time, Han Xiao's car is tearing down the highway at full speed. He checks the map while driving and thinks this must be the spot. Better stay hidden and wait for the chaos to start before I jump in. Suddenly, his phone starts buzzing with an incoming call. Han Xiao picks up immediately. Hello? A voice on the other end asks, Black Phantom, are you looking to join the fun? That is Bennett sounding totally stressed out while he warns his buddy. I always keep things neutral on the dark web, so do not overdo it. But Han Xiao just laughs it off. Relax. I have never stabbed a teammate in the back. He is completely speechless and just switches the topic. Never mind, give it some time, and then I will actually need your help with a few things later on. The mountain view out here is honestly incredible with fresh air and lush green trees everywhere you look. He stops right there and hops out, leaving Frenzied Sword inside. Poor guy is so carsick, he is literally drooling and his face looks like a total mess right now. Whoa, wait, the system just updated. You have got severe motion sickness now and all your stats just dropped by 30 points. Unable to take it, Frenzied Sword stumbles out to follow Han Xiao. Hey boss, where are we heading? Are we about to smash some germinal sprouts? Are we going to get spotted on the way? You sure the Star Dragon troops won't blast us by mistake? But he just answers like it is no big deal at all. You are overthinking it. I already gave this ride a high-tech stealth coating. The scouts will not even see us coming. Whatever you would not understand anyway. Here's a quest for you. The system interface pops up again, and he looks totally confused. With the same quest again. Han Xiao sees his face and starts laughing. We will just wait here, so why don't you do a little dance for fun? Right after that, Frenzied Sword actually starts dancing while crying his eyes out. Back at the Star Dragon Command Center, Lan Ning rushes in to report some bad news. The radar system has been completely paralyzed by electronic radiation. Even though he is in a rush, he still keeps his cool soldier vibe. The attack is coming from the route right in front of the germinal squad. Thumin gets the message and orders them to start the backup radar. Set it to ping randomly every 5 to 20 seconds. They barely get a few words out before 2 fighter jets suddenly scream toward the camp. He grits his teeth, looking absolutely furious. It is the Germinal Air Force. They are making their move. Those jets are raining fire everywhere, tearing up the ground in seconds. Thumin rushes back inside and grabs his radio to bark out orders. Get those missile trucks ready to fire. Right on cue, a whole line of anti-aircraft guns points at the sky and starts blasting away. Several jets take direct hits and explode into balls of fire and thick smoke. Lin Yu gets the full picture and starts giving orders to the squads. The enemy will have their radar back up soon, so we need to move out immediately. The minesweepers lead the way as the entire convoy rolls forward with a thunderous roar. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Germinal troops are checking in with each other. Mahak is sitting there calmly listening to the commander give him his mission. Once we break out of the forest, you lead the assault. You have to pin down the enemy at all costs. Over at the Star Dragon Logistics Hub, it is still quiet. No sign of the war yet. Gongjing and Moonlight are busy hauling gear and chatting nervously. When that missile screeched overhead just now, I seriously thought I was a goner. Just keep moving stuff. We are not built for combat missions. Wu Luo stands nearby with a pouty face, begging to join in. I want to try, she says, but they shut her down immediately. Look, we only have a few small handguns. What are we even supposed to do with those? We would just be cannon fodder. Wu Luo's eyes start to well up, looking so vulnerable it would make anyone's heart melt. But I really want to try. Gongjiang and Moonlight just look at each other. They clearly cannot say no to a pretty girl. Well, since we are already here, let us go check it out. She hops up and takes the lead while the two guys scramble to keep up. Hey, wait for us. Meanwhile, a whole fleet of ships is cutting through the water. They're racing toward the bridge, getting ready for a massive showdown. The operator checks the radar and announces the bad news. The fleet's position has been compromised. Lin Yu hears this and immediately shouts to his troops. All right, boys, get ready to fight. He shouts down to them from above. The Star Dragon and High Xia navies are planning to sink us at the river mouth. His powerful voice sets their fighting spirit on fire. To survive, we must break this blockade and carve out a path in blood. The soldiers standing below hang on his every word. Show no mercy. You must never forget that your homelands were all destroyed by the guns and bombs of the Six Nations. With that, Lin Yu raises his hand and lets out a massive shout. We do not have any other choice. It is a fight to the death. The soldiers shout back in unison, ready to die to take them down. Seeing their morale so high, Lin Yu cannot help but smile. But then he looks down at his men with a look of pure pride. Hila watches him from behind, feeling a bit suspicious. How did he plan everything out so perfectly? She frowns, not entirely sold on this whole strategy of his. Trying to break the Star Dragon and High Xia blockade with just our little armed boats is nothing but a pipe dream. Deep down, she already knows how this ends. A lot of people are going to die, and only a few will make it out. Hila grits her teeth as a vision of a smiling Aurora flashes through her mind. For my sister's sake, I have to survive this no matter what. At the mouth of the Tarami River along the Star Dragon and High Xia blockade line, a soldier rushes up to report to Thu Min. Sir, the sea mines have all been deployed. His face tenses up, looking incredibly serious as he waits for the impact. The net is cast. Germinal is just a cornered beast with nowhere to run. Cut to a lakeside camp. Hongbyu's eyes are darting everywhere looking for someone. Word is Li Yalin joined the op. Search every inch of this place, people. Look sharp. Zifa chimes in, sounding totally pissed. That girl still hasn't paid me back for those thermal rounds. Meanwhile, Zhang Wei is busy schooling his subordinate. How you at this mission is massive. Do not screw up. He just laughs it off. Relax, Cap. I have been on the team a month. Have I ever missed a beat? Just then, Yalin pops out from the tall grass, sighing like she just survived a total war zone. Whew, glad I wasn't spotted. Hao Yu runs over to her. Yo, beautiful, what is on your mind? She hits him with a death stare. None of your business. He just scratches his head. Hey, we are teammates. Chill. Yalin ignores him completely and shoos him away. Get lost. Stop being a pain in my neck. Hao Yu is persistent. Come on, talk to me. Her killing intent spikes as she turns back to threaten him. You like talking that much? Scared out of his mind, he hides behind Lin Yao, who starts mocking him. Monkey, you are such a wimp. For real courage, I only look up to Xiao. This piqued Hao Yu's curiosity. Who is this Xiao guy, anyway? Never seen him. Usually if you are AWOL, you're cut. How is he still on the roster? The question makes him pause and think. Him? Zhang Wei jumps in and puts his arms around them, looking nostalgic. Han Xiao was one of us, he explains. But he left for special reasons. Yalin snaps back with an attitude. Yeah, well, he is probably dead by now. Hao Yu speaks his mind, not realizing he is poking a bear. Bull, if he is dead, why keep his spot open? You all say you hate the guy, but it feels more like you actually miss him or something. She snaps, ready to swing. You really have a death wish, don't you? He immediately tries to calm her down. Whoa, chill lady, let's talk this out. Her screaming grabs the attention of Hongbu and Zifa. I just heard Li Yalin. She's not getting away. But she doesn't care. She just keeps screaming at the sky. Han Xiao left me with this huge mess and vanished. I'm going to kill him. Lin Yao cringes at the volume. Shh, don't let the debt collectors find us. Meanwhile, at the Star Dragon camp, a soldier is barking orders. Hurry up, you slackers, move it. Gongjiang groans exhausted. Is this really what Star Dragon missions are like? Just chores. This is brutal. Wu Luo agrees. Seriously, looks like grunt work is the only thing we are good for. Moonface looks at the mission requirements with a totally depressed expression. Tarami River campaign. Transport 1,000 crates of ammo. Kill 1,000 Germinal soldiers. Take out their officers and destroy their battleships. He agrees. The main quest difficulty is way beyond our level. This game's balancing is totally messed up. They keep grinding through mountains of supplies, getting totally sick of it. Guess we are stuck with chores for now. Just then, 2 choppers fly over the ridge. Han Xiao is inside leaning against the glass, muttering some math. The conflict between Germinal and the Six Nations was supposed to happen 3 months after launch, once players leveled up. I broke the timeline and triggered this war early. Now the players aren't even strong enough to join in. Soon after, his chopper touches down in a clearing. Old Black, we are here! Han Xiao lights a cigarette like a total boss and pulls out his phone. The other end picks up instantly. Mr. Black Phantom, what are your orders, sir? Han Xiao gets straight to the point. I need the latest intel on Star Dragon and the Germinal retreat. The deal begins. Understood. Pulling the files now, sending them to your laptop immediately. He lets out a devious little smirk. I also need a bird on standby near the Tarami coast. The voice doesn't hesitate. Consider it done, sir. Meanwhile, scouts are keeping a close eye on the battlefield. Han Xiao calculates his next move. Germinal squads are about to hit the plains. He grabs his binoculars to scout ahead. The Tetamira River is already a war zone. Smoke pours from the ships as he plans a massive surprise for Germinal. Han Xiao pulls out 2 massive bombs and starts giving out some specific instructions. Go bury these in the woods over there. Frenzied Sword takes them grinning. Man, the rewards for this are insane. He skips off with the explosives singing La La La, I am the bomb boy. His stupidity makes Han Xiao laugh. Heh, dodging bullets and setting up death traps. Yeah, that is definitely a job for the players. Suddenly, Han Xiao turns around and whips out this crazy gadget. It is an electronic pulse regulator, and it looks totally high-tech. He slings it over his shoulder, leans against a tree, and starts yawning like crazy. Before long, his eyes get heavy, and he drifts right into dreamland. Meanwhile, another tank goes up in flames. It is total chaos out there, and the stakes are getting way higher. Other rides are hitting the same wall, making it impossible for the entire convoy to move an inch through the wreckage. Bingo sees the disaster from his seat and radios in. Chief, the firepower from the Star Dragon missiles is insane. We are not breaking through this line. Lin Yu scowls and gives the cold order. Squad X, get your tanks together and block the path now. Right then, mini-missiles rain from the sky as shields go up. Ground turrets pop out of nowhere and start shredding the tank unit with everything they have. The crossfire is non-stop with explosions rocking the ground every second. Sweat is literally pouring down Thumin's face as he watches the carnage. At this rate, the Germinal guys are going to smash through our lines. A soldier rushes over to give an urgent sit rep. High Command already figured out exactly where the Germinal Marine units are going to try and hit the beach for their landing. Thumin's eyes turn cold as ice. The plan is changing. Adjust the layout and leave a gap in the perimeter. Let them walk right in. Cut to the Star Dragon logistics camp where guards are on high alert. Vulak is ducked down behind some crates trying to hear the battle. A soldier behind him starts whining about having nothing to do. Man, watching these NPCs fight is so boring. I want to get in on the action. But Kong Jiang tunes him out because he just spotted something way more important. Hey, look over there. Someone is charging our way. It is a bunch of guys on bikes heading straight for us. It is the Germinal boss. Suddenly, Ngihak guns the throttle like some kind of war god. His bike just takes off screaming past everyone else. Smoke is everywhere as these soldiers get hyped for a fight. The Germinal squad is launching a full-on surprise attack. Out of nowhere, a bullet slams into Mihawk's tire. He realizes he is being hunted and dives off the bike before it wipes out. That crazy move catches the soldiers off guard. Good grief. Mihawk immediately lunges forward and knocks out 2 of them with one brutal strike at the same time. Then he uses magic to take down the rest of the crew in seconds. The boss and another guy scramble away screaming for help on the radio. Our line is broken by the Germinal executive. We need backup now. Suddenly, Mihawk's eyes go wide as if he just spotted a threat. In an instant, a piece of lead rips through his arm. It was so fast he did not even have time to react. The shock of the hit makes Mihawk lose his footing and crash down. He struggles back up, muttering some weird gibberish under his breath. Off in the distance, Han Xiao holds his aim with a smug grin. Looks like the prey is finally hooked. Watching from the car, Thumin starts piecing it together. That is some monster tier sniping to take down a powerhouse in one shot. Suddenly his face drops in pure shock. It is that Black Phantom guy. Is he just here for the fun? Why on earth is he helping us? The soldier next to him asks nervously. Commander, what is the move? What do we do now? But he just tells him to chill. He is not an enemy. Just focus everything on stopping Germinal. Soon the news reaches Lin Yu and hits him hard. What Mihawk is actually wounded. His hands start shaking with pure rage before he snaps out a brand new order for his team to follow. Squad 3, go take out that sniper now! The soldiers salute and shout back their confirmation instantly. At the same time, several shadowy figures show up under his orders, bringing along some creepy experimental test subjects. Back at the mountain battle, Han Xiao is still lined up on his target. Suddenly, his system interface pings with a brand new notification about the situation. The Tetamira River campaign has begun. You have entered the war between Germinal and Star Dragon. You chose a side, now show us what you can actually do. Han Xiao snaps back into position, feeling pretty hyped. If he can actually pull this mission off, things are going to get wild. That reward will be at least 300,000 points. This is a huge payday. He spots the Germinal Armored Tank Division in his scope. Seeing the enemy close, and Han Xiao just laughs and shouts. Frenzied Sword, get your butt back over here. He was busy planting mines, but he drops everything and sprints back. On my way. Meanwhile, the tank unit rolls right into the prepared kill zone. Han Xiao hits the detonator, and those auto turrets he hid earlier pop up all at once. They immediately start raining shells down on the lead tanks. Every tank gets blasted. Not a single one is making it out of this alive. Frenzied Sword is absolutely stunned by the sight. How can those heavy armored cars just blow up like that? This thing is insanely powerful. Fire rages everywhere, and thick smoke completely blocks out the blue sky. Suddenly, something weird starts leaping out from the middle of the burning wreckage. A bunch of bald half-robot warriors charge out to attack. Seeing them show up leaves Frenzied Sword with a ton of questions. What kind of monsters are those? Their power is off the charts. Han Xiao quickly explains they are Germinal's experimental super soldier units. He is starting to sweat and his mind is racing to calculate the next move. Did the power arm I dropped while escaping the lab mess up the timeline? Germinal must have researched it, causing these super soldiers to show up way too early. Han Xiao aimed his scope at a soldier and noted they didn't look like the finished product yet. Autocannons kept firing, but they brushed off the attacks like nothing. Then they all lunged forward together. Those super soldiers didn't hesitate for a second, absolutely shredding the auto turrets into useless scrap metal. Han Xiao saw things going south and bailed. Tough defense. He tapped the robot icons, whispering, "Try this." Suddenly, smoke poured from the truck. The Rover version 2 squad stepped out looking like absolute bosses. They fired at those super soldiers, but they dodged like squirrels. Guess that attack speed was just a joke to them. But the Rovers kept blasting away, and cracks finally started appearing on those heavy enemy shields. Soon a bullet pierced through, knocking one guy back. The others started dropping like flies after that. Strangely, those warriors kept getting back up. Han Xiao frowned, surprised they weren't dead after that hit. Looks like that external bone armor is soaking up a ton of damage for those guys. He quickly reassembled his rifle. His eyes locked onto one of the super soldiers like a predator. Didn't expect shields. Only took off 1/5 of their health. Time for the tool. Han Xiao synced the data. He turned and smugly ordered them to grab the red triangle case from the cargo right now. I need you for a job. Frenzied Sword checked his system. The rewards for this mission were totally insane. Wait a second. He felt something was off and actually read the mission details carefully this time. A hero with a bomb, then turn your unfinished dreams into a glorious firework. He screamed in panic. Is it too late to back out? The fight between super soldiers and autocannons raged on. Number 5 spotted something and lunged. Frenzied Sword down below started shaking like a leaf. He sat there clutching the briefcase tightly. Terrified but desperate, he lunged out anyway. Fine, let's go! He slammed into 5's gut, hard. That move triggered the bomb in the case. It blew up before 5 could even react. The soldier's body was blown to bits. In the distance, the others heard the blast and came running. 04 and 044 were charging in. Han Xiao saw them and thought 2 more. I got this. He raised his gun, activated his burning will, and aimed. Without hesitation, he popped a round into 04's head. 044 ignored his dead buddy and charged like a maniac. He leaped at Han Xiao, yelling, "Die!" Han Xiao fired another shot. 044 lost his balance and plummeted off the cliff. Instant game over. The system dinged. You killed experimental super soldier 04. You gained 24,388 experience points for the kill. With the threats gone, Han Xiao lit a cigarette. He looked down with a satisfied, cocky grin. Luck's on my side. These mass-produced grunts are easy work for me. Just 2 more high-level kills are needed to finish up Phase 2. Frenzied Sword respawned back in, and the first thing he did was check out his massive mission rewards. Whoa, look at all these rewards. Totally worth dying for this time. His eyes lit up and he hugged Han Xiao. Big bro, give me more suicide missions like that? Han Xiao just kicked him away. Get lost, you gold-digging weirdo. Stay away from me. Kong Jiang used binoculars to track their every move. That's Frenzied Sword and Furious Blade. Standing next to them is the famous NPC from the Black Phantom Forum. Sitting right there with him were Vulok and Moonlight, just hanging out and watching the show too. Those 2 bolted toward the Tetamira River. Let's get moving. Warships everywhere, missiles flying. Lam Vu stands tall, ordering them to intercept the incoming fire. Explosions rip through the air with every hit. Inside, Huang Ha keeps eyes on the screens. This is the command sub. Hung Lok, get those torpedoes ready on the double. Wait for their boat to enter our zone, then fire. Fleet use sonar and find their commander. He looks just as badass as his rival. Where are the jets? Sink that ship now. Just like that, a swarm of fighter jets fills the sky. Missiles follow, choking the air with gray smoke. Target spotted, prep the warheads. They open fire on the ships below. Plenty of them are heading for the bottom. Thien Toi thinks they're crushed and cheers. Keep pushing. Suddenly, he looks down and sees something terrifying. What the hell is this black mist? Too late to fix it. Renit is right behind him. He stabs his neck and laughs. You guys celebrated way too early. It is not just Renit Hila is out there using magic to blast every single fighter jet out of the sky. All those carriers got wrecked in seconds. Every one of them exploded into a massive roaring fireball. Renit steps out of the wreckage, glowing like a light bulb, totally untouched. These guys cannot even take a single hit. He sticks the landing like it is nothing, smoke still drifting off his boots. Renit struts past Hila and gives her a little shoulder tap. My work here is done, so the rest is on you. But she's definitely not vibing with that attitude. Naturally, she swats his hand away with a look that says she will eat him alive. Get your hands off me if you want to live. With that, Hila uses her magic to leap into the air as a thick cloud of red smoke pours from her mouth. Suddenly, Hila lets out a massive scream. Her eyes go pure white and her whole body glows with insane magical power. That piercing scream has soldiers clutching their heads in pure agony, some even bleeding from their eyes. One by one, they collapse until the entire ship deck is stained bright red. Then the warships start blowing up and sinking into the river one after another. Only then does Gila finally stop. Renate is literally stumbling after that blast. He gives her a confused look and asks why she did not try to avoid hitting their own guys. Are you trying to kill me too? Gila just whips around and glares at him with those killer eyes instead of answering. He shuts up real quick, not wanting any more smoke. Yeah, he is done with this lady. Right then a voice booms from the Sprout ship. Our executors just crushed the enemy fleet, so this is our chance. A squad of soldiers grabs their guns and rushes to the front. They look hungry for a win. Right on time, the gate to the main ship swings wide open. Those soldiers charge in, riding the wave of victory without a hint of fear. Everyone is pumped up and ready to fight. Get on the ship now. Over on the other side of the Sprout, Lam Vu sees his guys taking the lead and sounds pretty hyped about it. The Sprout ground troops broke through the line and made it onto the ship. They cannot fight back now. This is our big moment. Huang Ha sees things going south and turns to Luis with some brand new orders. Signal the expulsion ship and prep the ballistic missile patrol boat. Fire immediately. He gets a loud and clear copy on that. The scene jumps to the missiles in the back. Systems check complete on the ballistic missile patrol boat. The announcement echoes everywhere to warn the others. Suddenly, his face goes dead serious as he makes a new report. This is bad. Radar is picking up dozens of high-speed targets closing in from under the water. That news makes his face go pale. Sprout submarines. Huang Ha panics and rushes over to check the screens, shouting, "Why the heck did the sonar not see them coming?" Suddenly, a shot rings out from behind. His ship just goes up in flames. It is just one disaster after another. Now there is nothing left on the water but scrap metal. The Sprout army watches and laughs like they have already won. Those Hi-Ha guys thought they were so smart, but they never expected our submarine ambush, did they? Right then, a soldier marches in with a serious report. The ground troops are boarding now, and we should be fully linked up in 30 minutes. Hi-Ha is on the ropes and running for their lives. Punch it. We are getting out of here right now. Cut to the Tinlong Command Center. A soldier walks in looking pretty stressed out and gives Thu Min the bad news. The Hi-Ha Navy has not made a single move. If we keep waiting, the Sprout will just slip away. What do? He snaps back that they cannot wait a second longer. His eyes are looking way more intense than usual. Round up the elite soldiers and Bureau 13 agents. Form a strike force and hit the Sprout troops hard. Now we see Trong Vi flying in his combat armor, right behind the Tinlong ships. The commander's voice crackles over the radio as he gives them some very specific instructions. Listen up, strike force. Your job is to cause absolute chaos on that Sprout barge over there. Stop them from retreating and find a chance for the agents to take out the enemy executors. Meanwhile, the Sprout troops are still scrambling to board the ship they just captured. Move it, quit stalling. Suddenly, a soldier breaks into a cold sweat and yells that he has spotted enemies closing in on the fleet. It does not take long for them to come face to face. The battle is on. Everyone gather up and meet the enemy. Hao Duok, Nha Lam, and Trong Vi lead the charge. Her landing looks absolutely badass, and she has got that fearless, I do not care about anything attitude. The Sprout soldiers start blasting their guns immediately. But Nha Lam dodges every single shot. She balls up her fist and lands a punch so hard the guy is spitting blood everywhere. Over here, Trong Vi is about to drop a bomb. A massive blast erupts from his palm, knocking everyone back with a huge explosion. Hao Duok finally shows his face, pulling out 2 guns and spraying bullets everywhere. The soldiers catching his lead lose their balance and fall straight into the ocean. Before you know it, the 3 of them have wiped out the whole squad without even breaking a sweat. Trong Vi stands there and gives his team some props, saying they actually have skills. Hao Duok just smirks and asks if he even needs to say it. Nha Lam's eyes went wide with shock. In the distance, Gila's red magic was surging like crazy, leaving the whole team completely stunned. She just charged out of nowhere totally stone-faced. That blank expression of hers was seriously creeping every single person out. Gila immediately raised her massive blade and lunged forward to attack Hill. She swung for a direct hit, but the target blocked it with a red shield. Finally, Gila looked up to scout the area. Seems like those special forces guys have some kind of connection to Zero. She fired off her magic while talking trash. Nowhere left to run now, loser. Where do you think you're going? The attack was so blindingly fast that even Na Lam couldn't dodge it. Hao Yi saw his teammate get blasted and panicked, immediately unloading his gun at Hill without thinking twice. But of course she blocked the whole thing without taking a single scratch. Gila got pissed, pointed right at Hao Yi and cast a spell. You really do not know your own limits. He lost his balance and wiped out, coughing up blood like crazy. Suddenly, Na Lam screamed his name at the top of her lungs, totally drawing the enemy's attention toward her. She forced herself up with every bit of strength she had left and stared her down. She was still reeling from that last hit, though. Nha Lam lunged forward, swinging her blade for another hit. Gila blocked it with just one hand, looking completely disgusted by the weak effort. She powered up and her whole body ignited in a sudden flash of pure, terrifying energy. Gila's power was so overwhelming that Nha Lam's determination just turned into total panic. She stood there frozen while the magic ripped through her entire body. The attack was too fast. Nyalam almost gave up right then and there. It is over. I am actually going to die here. Without a second thought, Hyla blasted her magic straight at where Nyalam was standing. Suddenly, a shot rang out, knocking Hyla off balance. That lucky break was the only reason the girl managed to survive the encounter. Nyalam was beaten to a pulp and could barely see, but she realized Hyla was wounded. Since when did they have a sniper this good in the squad? This is crazy. She grabbed her blade and leaped at the enemy. No way she was going to miss out on this perfect chance. She kept the pressure on Hyla. Meanwhile, the mystery shooter was still lurking in the distance. Just then, a system reward popped up. Target hit. Hyla level 40. Obtained info on Lord of Death power. Soul Mastery S rank. Potential. Specializing in high-speed healing under normal conditions. This threat level is through the roof. Health regeneration speed plus 500. Recovery speed plus 1,000%, roughly 2,000. Turns out the sharpshooter was Han Xiao just chilling in the van checking his system specs. Not a bad shot. Seriously, for a future boss, his skill count is almost touching Bennett's level. The main crew is just missing that lucky protagonist glow. Han Xiao pulled his gun back out. Better help them out, they are colleagues after all. Let us go. He scoped in on Halam as she jumped with her blade raised high. She slashed Hyla's arm, blood spraying everywhere, but Hyla managed to leap back and keep her distance from the blade. What a tank. She used her magic to heal the wound instantly, and it vanished without leaving any trace at all. Hyla grit her teeth, cursing that sniper. Then, out of nowhere, a robotic arm came flying in. Jiang Wei charged in, charging up a light orb to blast Hyla. Eyes on me, lady. Even though it surprised her, she still blocked it with that red shield. Too slow. She gave the uninvited guest a look of pure disgust. Amateur hour. But then her eyes went wide. Her pupils shrank in panic as she ate another round of lead right to the chest in the blink of an eye. Direct hit. She stumbled back again. Seizing the moment, Jiang Wei shouted out, "Now is our chance! Go get her!" Nyalam moved in. Got it. She brought her blade down hard. Hyla managed to defend, but she was looking way more rattled than before. Elsewhere, someone whipped out a rotary gun. Jiang Wei started spraying lead directly at her without stopping. The bullets were everywhere, but Hyla dodged them like a pro. Even after taking a beating, she still had the nerve to talk big to us. Unbelievable. With that, Hyla made her move and charged. Nyalam screamed from behind in a panic. "Captain, watch out!" Han Xiao saw it all. He calmly raised his rifle and put another round through Hyla's chest. She looked like she was in absolute agony. Jiang Wei barely made it out alive. He couldn't help but gasp. "Man, I am actually saved." Nyalam finally realized something was off. This sniper it is, like he knows our exact combat rhythm perfectly. Watching Jiang Wei fight back, Nyalam thought, keep her busy. We need to buy time for the other teams. He fired again, but this time she actually dodged it. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, though. Nyalam appeared right behind her and landed a massive hit. Forget about me. Hyla was absolutely livid now, her face covered in dirt and grime. She is fuming. Who the hell is this sniper? The scene cuts over to the main fleet's command deck. Lin Yu watched the whole fight from the bridge, thinking to himself. Hyla's pinned down. That marksmanship. 90% sure it's the Black Ghost. He started plotting his next move. This guy's brain is no joke. The sea gate is just ahead. We gotta hit Hyla's group and bust her out now. Lin Wu summons his man Uga to go take care of that Black Phantom. Uga takes the order with a nasty smirk. He's a dead man walking. Without another word, he winds up to leap. Suddenly, he's airborne, glowing with a weird green light. It doesn't take long to find Han Xiao's hideout, and he flashes a smile that would give you nightmares. Ha, so this is where you're bunking. He's just about to touch down when a voice barks out his name. Uga. He spins around totally caught off guard. It's Blackie charging in and flipping a whole car toward Uga like it's nothing. Not on my watch, pal. But he blocks it just in time. Now he's starting to get really heated. You've got to be kidding me. He glares at the guy standing there ready for war and spits a curse. 13th Division lapdog. Blackie just stares him down with a warning. Uga, don't you dare take another step. But Uga just scoffs completely unfazed. You really think a loser like you can stop me? Boom. They crash into each other going toe to toe. While the brawl breaks out, let's head back to the germinal ship. Lin Wu can feel the vibe changing. Uga's tied up, he mutters. Go deal with the Black Phantom already. Run it. The guy next to him nods on it. He vanishes into a cloud of black smoke heading straight for Han Xiao's truck. Out of nowhere, he materializes with a blade looking like a total psycho. He swings without hesitation, but Frenzied Sword jumps in front of Han Xiao, taking that bloody hit himself. Watch out, boss. Han Xiao's eyes go ice cold. You want a piece of this? He doesn't wait around, sparking up some serious electricity in his right palm. He lands a massive punch right into Rennett's gut as he tries to close in. The impact is so brutal, Rennett's coughing up blood, totally stunned. I thought you were a sniper. How are you this good at melee? Realizing he's outmatched, Renate tries to turn back into smoke to bail. This guy's a monster. Time to get out of here. But Han Xiao isn't letting him off that easy. He snatches the guy right before he can vanish. Suddenly, both of them blink out of existence, teleporting straight onto Lin Wu's main ship. Renate slams hard onto the floor while Han Xiao's still got a grip on him. The guy is absolutely freaking out now. Why is the Black Phantom here? I'm toasted? Before he can even finish, Han Xiao's eyes lock on lightning crackling in his fist. He shoves his hand right into the guy's face, letting the electricity fry him. Then he gets brutal, slamming Renate's head into the deck with everything he's got. Honestly, I'm not sure if Renate's brain is going to recover from that one. When the guy stops moving, Han Xiao cuts the power. There's literally smoke rising from the dude's head. Renate is out cold. Eyes rolled back and a nasty glowing handprint scorched onto his face. That had to hurt like crazy. He stands up and pops open his system interface. The notifications start scrolling and confirming the successful teleportation. Looks like another sucker who thought I couldn't handle myself up close. You've killed level 46 Renate. 60,000 bonus experience points awarded for the kill. Your personal contribution is 82%. You gained another 49,200 experience points for the second advancement progress. Suddenly something breaks Han Xiao's focus. A squad of germinal soldiers heard the commotion and are swarming his location now. They surround him with guns drawn. The Black Phantom actually had the guts to walk right into our trap. They don't hesitate opening fire all at once. The soldiers just keep dumping lead into Han Xiao, trying to wipe him out for good. Little do they know this guy is absolutely fearless. He's not even flinching, just standing there with a mocking grin. He suddenly rips open his coat, showing off some weird mechanical armor. Instantly, it pops a high-tech shield that stops the rain of bullets dead. The germinal troops just stare totally helpless. No way the Black Phantom actually caught all the bullets. Suddenly, all those bullets held by the shield go flying right back at them. One soldier's eyes go wide as he screams in shock. What he can reflect them, in a split second, every soldier standing there is taken out by their own rounds. Not a single soul survived that metal storm. Blood is everywhere, but he just casually strolls through the wreckage. Han Xiao looks down at his defensive gear and can't help but let a smirk slip. The system pops up to the specs for that amazing mechanical armor. It is a special force field repulsion driver with a totally savage nickname, Get Lost. Even he is blown away after reading the stats. This thing is way too useful, he thinks. Then Han Xiao pulls a handgun from his pocket, takes a running start, and launches himself into the air with a grin. Well, since I'm already here, might as well start a total massacre. Han Xiao raises his gun and executes the other squads without any mercy. He is soloing every single enemy on the ship, dealing massive damage to the whole germinal organization. Lin Wu watches from a distance, screaming his head off. Damn it. He grits his teeth, cursing out the useless subordinate who just got himself killed. That idiot Renate didn't just get himself smoked. Lin Wu glares at Han Xiao as he wipes out his men. Realizing Renate actually invited this monster onto the ship, Lan Bu had no choice but to play his trump card. Gila Renate is toast. Go handle the Black Phantom now. Meanwhile, he was busy playing Free Fire, dodging bullets like a pro. Suddenly, Han Xiao spotted something out of the corner of his eye. It was Gila rushing in and complaining about how annoying everything was. Just die already. She opened her mouth, blasting a shockwave to stop him. Even as strong as Han Xiao was, he clutched his head and screamed in pain. He covered his ears, face twisted in pure agony. A system alert popped up. You have taken 21 damage. Your mental state is now stunned. Desperate Han Xiao whipped out a weird round object, a sonic grenade that uses high-frequency noise to rattle the eardrums. Effective radius is 15 meters with a stun effect. Check the resistance stats on this. Catch. He wound up and chucked it forward. The grenade went rolling right toward where Hyla was standing. She stomped her foot to stop it and smirked at Han Xiao. You really think a grenade works on me? How naive. Gila regretted those words instantly. The grenade exploded, sending out a massive shockwave. Now it was her turn to clutch her ringing ears and scream. Gila let out a sharp cry and collapsed to her knees in pain. Having settled the score, Han Xiao rubbed his chin and spat. You know how to be a lapdog, so do I. Without hesitation, he drew his gun, cocked it, and opened fire right in her face. With her defenses down, Gila took several direct hits, sending blood splattering everywhere. Not done yet. Han Xiao activated his power boots, flew behind her, and kicked the mangled Hyla off the ship. She went flying, crashing straight into the ocean below. Standing above, he watched Gila vanish beneath the waves and let out a deep sigh. A tough boss like Gila is impossible to kill, so tossing her out of the fight works. Suddenly, someone yelled Han Xiao's name. He turned around and saw the feisty Nha Lam pointing right at him, cursing. Fine, you actually showed up! She stood there, hands on hips, screaming. I finally found you, Han Xiao? He played dumb, denying everything immediately. Han Xiao, who is that guy? You guys got the wrong man, he thought, heart racing. Dang it, why did I run into Li Nha Lam? But she saw right through that goofy face. Don't play dumb. Just because you wore a mask before doesn't mean you can hide. Howie was clueless and asked the man beside him. What is the deal? Captain Zhang Wei finally showed his face from inside his combat armor. So this is what you look like. Meanwhile, Enha Lam was still shouting, demanding her money back. Han Xiao, you can hide on the dark web all you want, but give me my deposit. Zhang Wei, being more rational, started thinking it through. Wait, Han Xiao joined the dark web. But the higher-ups at Bureau 13 are acting chill. Maybe he is on a secret assignment. Thinking fast, he stepped in to stop her. Cut it out. He probably has a confidential mission to handle. Suddenly, a dark shadow appeared from way up high, catching Han Xiao's eye. Nha Lam saw the werewolf diving through the air and screamed, "Germinal Executor." He slammed onto the ground, his powerful bare chest exposed and intimidating. Without a word, the werewolf began to shift quickly, turning into a massive, ferocious white wolf. He bared his fangs, staring them down with glowing purple eyes. Then the werewolf lunged forward, launching a savage attack on everyone in his path. Sensing major danger, Nha Lam jumped up to grab the wolf's attention. "Hey, ugly. Over here." Zhang Wei seized the opening and smashed the wolf's head. "Did you forget about me?" Furious, the beast turned back and let out a deafening howl. Below him, Han Xiao didn't hesitate, pulling out 2 guns and aiming them at the wolf. He took a shot. 2 bullets tore into the werewolf, sending blood spraying everywhere. Nha Lam was annoyed but had to give him props. His skills are still top tier. She leaped into the air, using her combat blade to slash a deep wound across his back. They kept up the pressure, hitting the werewolf with one attack after another, leaving the beast with no time to react. Watching from nearby, Hao Yi was totally stunned. They were so strong, perfectly synchronized without needing to say a single word to each other. He just stood there watching his teammates wreck the enemy. The werewolf didn't even have the strength to fight back anymore. Covered in wounds, the werewolf's entire body shook as he let out a pained grunt. He decided to bail, abandoning his target and turning to run. Han Xiao wasn't letting him off that easy. He pulled his sniper rifle and aimed, going somewhere. Without blinking, he put a round right through the wolf's head. The beast coughed up blood, whimpering in absolute despair. Zhang Wei seized the moment, flying in to attack. He used the built-in weapons on his combat suit to impale the werewolf. Drained of all power, the beast reverted to his human form and hit the dirt. Han Xiao gave a celebratory high-five to Zhang Wei while praising him. Nice work. Suddenly, the radio crackled. Command reported the Germinal fleet had reached the harbor. The squad was ordered to withdraw. Zhang Wei acknowledged the order instantly. Copy that. Before leaving, he turned to ask, "Is the Black Phantom coming back with us?" But Han Xiao just flashed a bright grin and waved goodbye. No need to head back to the Germinal base. Suddenly, a dark figure leaped back onto the ship. It was Hyla, soaking wet and looking like a drowned rat. Pure, unadulterated rage was written all over her face. "Black Ghost, I'm marking your name." Cut to warships trading blows in a non-stop naval battle. Mist shells slam into the ocean, sending massive waves crashing against the side of the hull. Cannon fire rips through the air, painting the sky with streaks of heat. A few ships take direct hits and erupt into flames. A Marine grips his rifle, cursing that those germinal brats escaped again. A hand rests on his shoulder to calm him down. Just let it go. Huang He walks up looking smug. Germinal lost 70% of their forces this time. Our losses aren't even a fraction of theirs. He confidently declares that this victory belongs to us. Time flies and suddenly it's evening. Sunset hits as the car cruises down the open road. Han Xiao's hacking while driving, telling his passenger to quit staring and start working. Frenzied Sword stares at the data, hyped about getting so much experience just for barking. The big boss is way too generous. Han Xiao can't help but smirk at the guy's excitement. Consider this your bonus for being a meat shield. He checks his stats, feeling good about finally leveling up. Suddenly, a rushing wind above the car grabs their attention. Han Xiao barks, "Our extraction is here, let's move out." A moment later, they're safe inside the chopper. The door slides shut as they roar into the sky. He sits there calculating progress. Seed of germination up 2%, total 21. Sabotage pays way better. Other continents are ambushing the retreating germinal troops now. That should boost the quest progress. He grabs a detonator. Once they finish pulling back, I'll have to hit their headquarters on the Antia continent to keep the momentum going. With one quick click, the car they just left erupts into a massive fireball. Frenzied Sword gasps, "You seriously just nuked your own ride?" Han Xiao shrugs. No evidence, no tails. Simple. The guy's jaw drops as his brain reboots. Man, it must be nice having money to burn. The sun dips below the horizon as night takes over, leaving only a crescent moon to light the base. Grey Wolf sits stressed at his screen. The breakout was a disaster. 17 executives are gone for good. Agen hesitates before asking, "Black Ghost took out 3 of them alone. Should we teach that punk a lesson?" He scowls, clearly annoyed. Some low-level assassin like the Black Ghost isn't worth the extra effort right now. Just put him on the watch list. We need to focus on our next move, and we need to do it now. He gestures toward a map of the continent riddled with red marks across the surface. Egan sounds worried. "Our bases in 3 continents are gone. The 6 nations could invade Antia at any moment." But his mood flips in a heartbeat. He flashes a smug, confident grin as he continues. "We've still got nukes. If things get ugly, we trigger the Scorched Earth system and take them all down." Not yet. We need to distract the Six Nations, keep them too busy to even think about starting a war or using their resources against us. Their heated meeting is cut short by the sound of the door sliding open. Roki rushes in. Leader Base 13 just sent an urgent update. The gene editing experiment on the test subject was a success. Grey Wolf drops the other issues and grabs the file. A test subject. Really? Like there wasn't enough drama already. But as he reads, his eyes go wide. This is absolutely insane. Roki picks up on his shock and quickly adds more detail to the report. This isn't just one guy. It's spreading everywhere like a virus. He sets the file down, staring into space. Weird. Grey Wolf finally relaxes his scowl. Looks like Lady Luck hasn't abandoned us just yet. Humph. The Six Nations are going to have their hands full. Meanwhile, at the bay, warships are still on the move. Spent shell casings lie cold on the deck alongside the bodies of the fallen. Gila stares at her reflection, watching her wounds slowly knit back together. She hugs herself, feeling lost. No matter how many hits she takes, she just keeps healing. She looks up at the stars, miserable. When does this nightmare actually end? Outside, a line of warships glides through the shimmering moonlight. It looks epic, but all she feels is pain. When will she finally escape this place with her little sister? Not far off, helicopters cut through the forest night. Lin Yao screams, "Wait, what Brother Xiao is the Black Ghost?" The news hits him like a truck. "You guys aren't messing with me, right?" "You're sure it's him?" Yao Lin snaps back from the front seat. "I'd know that jerk even if he turned to ash." He shrinks back, whispering to Zhang Wei. "So, we're just not going to go get him." To avoid a scene, he just says a few things to keep her chill. He dipped out solo for no reason, so there's definitely a secret mission. I'll ask the bosses about it. Nya Lam's tiny hands clench tight, ready to explode. "Yeah, tell Zhang Wei to ask for me too." Fearing a scam, Nya Lam scowls, letting her total annoyance show all over her face. When's he going to pay the chopper lands? And the Starlight Special Ops team immediately rushes to two. She lunges at Nya Lam like a mom she hasn't seen in years. Little Lam looks totally annoyed and tries to push her off. "Stay away from me." But Tuto knows exactly what'll get her interested. "I heard Black Phantom fought alongside you. What a coincidence, right? I've actually met the guy once before." Nya Lam turns back curious. What was he doing? Tuto tilts her head, trying to remember his alias, Mr. Black, a top-tier assassin from White Oak City on a mission against the Darknet leader. Nya Lam jumps in to grill her. "Got any more intel?" Tutu stares at her. "Why do you care so much?" Nya Lam blushes, acting like she's just curious. Tutu can't help teasing her. "Fine, I'll tell you a little secret." They move aside to gossip, making Zhang Wei and Lin Yao super curious. "I heard some tea about Black Phantom from another assassin." This hot piece of gossip hits like lightning, leaving all three of them completely speechless. What Black Phantom is into, guys, to loves the reaction. Better watch your back next time you see him. Nya Lam is totally frozen in place. Zhang Wei tries his best to get everyone back in line. "Look, he's our teammate, don't judge him." Cut to the Starlight Logistics office. A voice rings out. Minister Zhang Wei is calling. Once they're connected, he reports, "We found Han Xiao." Clutter frowns and tells him to keep talking. The voice on the other end stays dead serious. "Black Phantom from the Darknet fought with us. We worked together perfectly. Based on our judgment, Black Phantom is definitely Han Xiao." But Clutter isn't buying it. Black Phantom is a legendary Darknet assassin. Han Xiao is strong, but he's no Black Phantom, he chuckles. "You definitely got the wrong guy." That brush-off stops Zhang Wei cold. He wants to explain more. But Clutter taps the mic, cutting him off. "Drop it. Han Xiao cannot be Black Phantom." Zhang Wei just takes it. Understood. But in his head, he's replaying the boss's words. The minister is hinting at something. Han Xiao must be on a secret mission for the big shots. In the Starlight conference room, suits walk in. Everyone locks in to hear the big announcement. Based on Zhang Wei's report, Black Phantom has been a huge help to us. But we can't tell if he's working for the Darknet or just himself. He keeps analyzing. "The Darknet is planning a sanctuary and asked us for supplies. This might be their way of playing nice." Long Wei nods along in agreement. "The Darknet was always neutral, but now they're leaning our way. This is good." Cao's eyes light up with determination as he plans the next move to support the sanctuary. "Approve the supplies. We need to take this chance to stay on their good side." In a quiet mansion hidden by trees, Vuong Uyen answers the phone with a grin. "Really great." He hangs up and says Starlight is sending the supplies. Bennett asks how they took the news. He's a bit confused, but says they were actually really thankful for our help. Bennett is stunned. "Our help? What exactly did we even do for them?" He thinks for a second. "Starlight must think we sent Black Phantom ourselves." He sighs. "Well, I guess we owe him a favor." Wang Wien puts his phone down and adds, "The other 5 nations are stalling, but we can still negotiate." He stands up to leave and reminds them, "We have Starlight support now. Let's get the sanctuary project started as soon as possible." Out by the forest cliffs, the pilot announces, "Mr. Black is here. Mania is out." "Nothing else, boss, I'm out." Han Xiao glances at him and says, "Yeah." That soldier in the front turns around and totally loses it. He is like, where the hell did that guy go? Seeing the guy panicking, Han Xiao plays it cool and explains, "Oh, it is just his special ability, man." He tells himself the main mission is simple. It is time to level up and become the top dog on planet Aquamarine. Cut to a hidden cave buried under thick vines and trees. Inside the shadows, Han Xiao is hunkered down, eyes glued to his system screen as he carefully tweaks every single one of his stats. After everything he has been through, he can finally cash in those 2 months worth of hard-earned experience points. After upgrading skills and fusing blueprints, he still has 6.1 million experience points left. Everything is ready for a massive level up. A prompt pops up on the screen right in front of him. Do you want to advance your apprentice mechanic class? He hits the button without blinking. Instantly, Han Xiao is wrapped in a blinding glow and streams of data as he levels up. A new notification pings right away. Apprentice mechanic reached level 5. His strength, agility, endurance, and intelligence all just got a serious boost across the board. He earned 3 free attribute points and 1 potential point. Just like that, his second-class advancement is officially in the books. His endurance and health pool ratio shot up 1 to 20. In an instant, his power level feels like a totally different beast. The advancement supercharged his physique. He can feel the raw power surging through his veins like he is made of steel now. With the hard work finished, he steps out of the dark cave. Han Xiao takes a deep breath of that crisp, fresh mountain air. His emerald green eyes glow with a new light, sparkling as he scans the landscape with sharp, superhuman precision. His senses are way sharper now. Everything in the world just looks cleaner and more vivid to him. Just standing there, a strange aura flows around Han Xiao. It is like he is totally in sync with nature, and every single sensation is cranked up to 10. His stats show he is still a max-level Nightwalker and a level 10 apprentice mechanic, with his health sitting at 2,970. Strength 1230 level 6. Skill level 1213. Strength 69. Agility 94, endurance 82, and intelligence 200. Mystery 11, charm 3, and luck 1. Grade 0, total level 50. These powerful stats are just barely enough to start dominating this entire planet. It is enough to gauge his real power. Combined with his gear, he can take on basic superhumans without breaking a sweat. No pressure at all, but compared to a heavy hitter like Bennett, he is still lagging behind. That is why Han Xiao is already mapping out his next move. He is out of experience points. Next up on the to-do list, getting his gear upgraded. Time to head back to the players and harvest some loot. Over at Green Pine Town, a scout watching from the rampart suddenly spots something new. Wait, is that him? That figure stepping into view looks way too familiar to be a total stranger. It is the Black Phantom from the Darknet. The man in charge, Basat, doesn't just sit there. He signals for a meeting. Go talk to him and find out what he wants. Deep in the woods nearby, rows of tents are packed together. A young guy carrying a basket of potatoes freezes in his tracks. That figure showing up out of nowhere without any warning, that is Han Xiao. As soon as the crowd realizes it is him, they drop everything they're doing. Everyone starts rushing toward the legendary figure. It is the Black Phantom. We are so lucky. But why is everyone cheering? How do these random refugees even know who he is? Amid the loud cheering from the crowd, Han Xiao picks up on one voice that sounds totally different from the rest. Hey everyone, I am No Return. Welcome back to a brand new episode of my Star Ocean Exploration Diary. The name rings a bell for Han Xiao. No Return. Yeah, he is supposed to be a pretty big deal in the gaming community. Bun Hit Dog is standing there with his usual camera recording everything as it happens. Bun Hit Dog doesn't even have time to celebrate Han Xiao showing up because he is stuck on a major problem. Why won't the Black Phantom sell items? He only teaches skills and demands favorability points. But how do you even get those? The kid has no clue how to help him out. Do I have to pay for this? Han Xiao catches their confused looks, but he has no intention of making the first move. 2,500 aquamarine coins for a chance to switch to the mechanic class. It is really up to you guys now. Just then, a shy voice pipes up from right beside him. Excuse me, Mr. Black Phantom? The guy scratches his head and bows respectfully to Han Xiao. I am General Basat's assistant. May I ask what brings you here? Just by watching how nervous the guy is, Han Xiao is already picking up plenty of useful information. This guy is super shy and can barely talk. It is probably a side effect of Han Xiao's legendary status messing with how people act. Han Xiao feels for the guy and keeps things chill. I'm just passing through. Relax. I'm not here to start any trouble. The scout breathes a huge sigh of relief after hearing that. Phew, is that so? Well, that is definitely good news then. Once he realizes they aren't enemies, his attitude totally relaxes. Welcome to our town. General Basat would like to invite you inside for a proper celebration. But Han Xiao shuts down the offer pretty quickly. No thanks. I'm perfectly fine just waiting right here. The old man got the intel and was even more stunned. He just walked by. A street-smart guy like him definitely won't trust the kid's word that easily. Watch him like a hawk. Send scouts. I've got a gut feeling Black Phantom is here for these refugees. Inside the tent, there is another shocked voice. What his buddy next to him is totally confused by the contradiction he just found. We are players so we can see Black Phantom's name, but how does that NPC know it? Chubby has a weird idea that actually makes sense. Is Black Phantom some kind of massive celebrity on this planet that everyone knows? The kid even convinces himself adding all these extra little details to the theory. Got it, this is definitely a hidden quest. Black Phantom might be the key to the world's secrets. At the massive modern Dragonhorn building, one of the floors houses a high-security secret conference room. The meeting has reached the Q&A phase, so have you all made up your minds yet? Feng Han reports immediately. Trias, Tui Lam, and Tin Long want to attack. Hai Ha and Hong Fong say no. Audafina abstains. He quickly moves the meeting along. Next up, let's discuss the Antina Continent expedition plan. Ko-hee quietly processes the news. 3 votes for 2 against and 1 abstention. The 6 nations are finally hitting the Buds' headquarters. One thing is for sure, total war is coming right now. In a quiet abandoned corner of West Village, a small group of people are hanging around together. Vindu stares at the system board and starts wondering about it. Great Horn Mountain and Green Valley are both starter zones. Token has his own theories too. Is he a developer placement? Between the rumors and his gut, the kid comes up with a whole new idea. You guys think he is the planet's protagonist, like the rumors on the forums say? He shuts down that simple thought without even blinking. Doubt it. Main characters stay in the main story quest. They would not interact with us this early. Maybe a secret golden egg character. But he's a mechanic mentor. Is that mechanical class going to be super rare later? The devs must have dropped him in the starter village for a reason. Vindu hears the logic and starts sweating bullets. Crap. If I want to go mechanic, do I have to wait for Black Phantom? The whole crew groans about being background extras. When's it going to be our turn? Back at the center of it all in the Green Valley village. Han Xiao is casually scrolling through the news, laughing his head off at all the wild rumors. These players have wild imaginations, thinking I'm some mysterious merchant or a legendary mechanical mentor. He's just browsing the system when something catches his eye. Oh hey, this news segment is finally out. The moment he clicks on the screen, the host's voice pipes through the speaker. Welcome to Galaxy Times. We bring you the fastest game news to keep your gaming life on track. Han Xiao is curious. Now that he's messed with the timeline, will the show's content be different? Xiaoshen starts with the big news. The beta's been live for 10 days now. Player hype is through the roof. First, let's recap the biggest events from the past 10 days. He sits quietly on a rock in the woods, listening to every single word. After hearing the broadcast, he finally gets why everyone's treating him like a major plot trigger. No wonder players are acting hostile to the Bud and me. Some are even trying to seduce me. Doesn't anyone see me as just a business genius? The clip shows a player screaming as a dragon eats them. The footage proves Planet Paladin has a super advanced magic civilization. Players say survival is brutal. They're burning through their limited lives way too fast. Elsewhere, things are just as dangerous. Winterstar is the territory of the Void Demon Army. It's basically the hardest starting zone. Then the scene shifts to a literal candy-colored dreamland for kids. This is one of the bonus locations Xiao Xuan is introducing today. Plenty of other resource-rich starter planets are out there too. Will they have surprises for you? The hottest news is still Planet Aquamarine. An NPC named Black Phantom is the top trending topic there. They keep the banner going. Tutu, what is your take on his role in the Aquamarine story? She just dropped the latest update on her wild theory. Intel shows Black Phantom is a total big shot with a mystery background, and he is actually beefing with the Germinal organization. He acts shocked about the rivalry like he did not see it coming. Oh, so he is on the side of the 6 nations, but she just hits him with a vague, I'm not really sure. Maybe only the game devs have the real answers. The host of the Focus Show waited all day just to get let down. Wait, what? And we ended up talking about this boring trash. But the hype around Han Xiao is not over yet. Right after the server went live, players were fighting over which class to pick. Turns out a bunch of people who went mechanic are totally regretting it now. Thutu is clueless about the drama behind the scenes. This story just kicked off, and it is already blowing up into a massive online war. She has to step in and calm everyone down. Hey players, please watch your language in the chat. This downward spiral is exactly what he expected. Players are bound to realize sooner or later that early game mechanics are just not built for heavy combat. Negative vibes about the mechanic class are going to pile up, and that is honestly terrible for my business. But before long, Xiao Xuan managed to flip the script and steer the conversation in a different direction. To all you mechanic players, do not panic just yet. Check out this clip of the Black Phantom in action. That sea battle clip just dropped and everyone is losing their minds. Is Planet Aquamarine really popping off with fights this early in the game? I'm so jealous while we are out here just mining and chopping wood. Man, is it too late to delete my character and move. Next up, a squad of mercenaries teams up to rush this crazy high-tech war machine that's raining down fire. Then there's Han Xiao looking like a total boss, slamming enemies back with that unstoppable power shield. Even he is shocked to see how much screen time the mechanic class is getting. Next, a clip of him sniping from a distance starts racking up a ton of views from the audience. Is that Frenzied Sword standing right next to the Black Phantom? Wait, is this the guy who triggered the secret hidden quest? Fighting alongside the Black Phantom looks so epic. Seeing this part is the first time he actually cracks a satisfied smile. I did not expect anyone to record this, but it will definitely give players faith in mechanics and boost my reputation. Over at a stone fortress, built from heavy rock not too far away, Basad is puffing on his pipe while double-checking the facts with his assistant. Are you telling me those wanderers can actually come back to life? His man confirms that it is 100% true. He adds more details he picked up. Apparently those wanderers got ripped apart by beasts and then just spawned right back in. Boss, I saw this with my own 2 eyes. The old man is fuming because Han Xiao accidentally trashed the master plan he was cooking up. If I could just buy those wanderers off and use their ability to come back from the dead, I would be set. No one could touch me. But just as I was about to recruit them, the Black Phantom shows up and gets a warm welcome. The second the words leave his mouth, he feels like he got played. Is the Black Phantom really here just for these wanderers? It was a quiet, peaceful morning until a terrifying roar ripped through the forest and totally killed the vibe. A player jumps and spins around, but he is way too late. Those beast claws are already inches from his face. He gets sent straight back to the graveyard. As gray wolves start swarming every corner of the area, people start screaming in total panic and fear. It is a beast raid. Beepa bolts with Shan He but shouts a warning to the other players. Run, there are too many wolves. But one tiny slip up and he is trapped under their claws with no way out. Basat stops lounging around and grabs his binoculars immediately. The beasts are here, so ring that alarm bell right now. He turns around and gets another massive heart attack. Where April should be standing, Han Xiao is just chilling there instead. Black Phantom, what are you doing here? He's acting all casual like he just dropped by a friend's house to escape some wolves. Faced with a mysterious guy way stronger than him, the old man knows exactly when to play it cool. Make yourself at home then. He's not even slightly interested in this tiny event, looking bored like a tourist on vacation. I am way too lazy for this low XP quest, so I will let the players handle it. They are actually working together surprisingly well. I will bait the wolves while you guys go for the kill. Meanwhile, not a single beast is going near Bun Hit Dog. He really is the immortal cameraman, living up to the name. This live footage is actually not bad. From his high vantage point, Han Xiao notices something different in the middle of the chaos. Oh, look at that kid filming. To give the kid some good footage, he decides to jump in and help the players. Guess I have to handle this myself. With just a few quick leaps, he lands right in the middle of the wolf pack with perfect precision. Of course, this little act of charity is for his own gain. Free promotion, only a fool would pass that up. As Han Xiao looks out, he sees the entire mountain range surrounded by gray wolves. Using his experience, he quickly reads the situation. He knows his Gauss gun ammo is definitely not going to last forever. Besides, this gear isn't built for fighting crowds. After leveling up, my physical stats should easily crush these beasts. Perfect time to test out my new moves. Soon enough, he spotted a weak point right through that sea of golden wolves protecting their king. The plan clicked. Han Xiao's legs moved instantly, no hesitation. To win the war, you got to take out the king first. The pack behind him could only watch as their prey blurred into the distance. Every step he took left those mutts in the dust. They couldn't even touch his lightning speed. He even threw in a nasty kick using the wolf's face as a literal springboard to launch himself further. Move it or lose it. Han Xiao used his Lightfoot skills to zip toward his target, while 1,000 hungry eyes watched him. The Wolf King and his loyal goons sensed the danger and immediately dropped into a ready-to-kill combat stance. They couldn't wait a second longer and charged desperate to teach this gutsy prey a painful lesson. He didn't even bother dodging the impact he chose to meet that beast head-on. This was his bold little experiment to see if he had changed. Zero pain. My body is definitely on another level now. That realization gave Han Xiao all the confidence he needed to face the Wolf King and his mangy crew without flinching. Just as they closed in, he popped his shield, blasting the surrounding wolves back. Get the hell away from me. But damn, this crowd is getting thick. These wolves are a real headache. Han Xiao clicked his heels and activated Thunder Leap once more. He decided to stop wasting time on these small fry and just carved himself a shortcut straight through the pack. In a flash, he was staring down the alpha again. Just die. Before it could even blink, he lunged, grabbing its scruff with hands surging with blue lightning. Then Han Xiao buried a fist right into the Wolf King's snout, pinning the beast to the dirt. That massive punch left the creature dazed and confused, forcing it to shake its head just to stay conscious. Suddenly, it tilted its head back, letting out a piercing howl that sent out a violent sonic shockwave. But let's be real, that blast was just a tickle. It only made him more annoyed. You still want to bite me? Han Xiao focused, gathering way more power into his palm this time. This time he made the wolf cough up blood. Take a taste of this punch, buddy. He didn't stop there. The beating got faster and more brutal. The wolf was just a punching bag now. Pretty soon the ground beneath them was a literal crater. The beast was officially sent to its final sleep looking like a total bloody mess. Han Xiao was literally riding the Wolf King, now grabbing its fur and raining down heavy blows like he didn't even know what tired meant. He wasn't taking any chances on it playing dead, so he kept swinging to make sure it stayed gone for good. Not dead yet. Right then, the rest of the pack looked up and started howling in pure, unadulterated rage. He had to pause his finishing move and scan the area. Han Xiao's perfect plan hit a major snag. Turns out killing the alpha just triggered a massive rage buff for the whole pack. Tired of the drama, he decided it was time to pull out the big guns, his portable bomb. Try this on for size? While they were all bunched up together, he chucked it right into the middle to wipe the whole squad. But gear alone wasn't going to cut it. He jumped back in using his own hands and feet to finish off the survivors one by one. The locals watching the whole heroic spectacle could only stare with their mouths wide open. Oh my god. Hundreds of wolves lay dead in seconds. Just like that, even the toughest warriors were starting to look at him like a god. Turns out the mechanical class isn't just for snipers. The melee power is insane. Anyone with eyes could see this fight was basically over. Han Xiao single-handedly cleaned house. This level of overwhelming power actually started making people wonder if he was even human. This is exactly how I want to fight. One guy shouted out, silencing the doubts of all the other players watching the stream. Mechanical class is the real deal. Sticking with this guy was the best choice ever. Deep in the sun-drenched woods as dawn broke, Han Xiao sat back and casually scrolled through his system notifications. These players work fast. Someone already uploaded the wolf slaughter video to the forums. While scrolling the comments, he spotted a total loudmouth. Why is this Lazimon guy back again? Every single day he's spamming about how trash the mechanical class is. What a loser. This level 12 hater had a serious grudge. He was posting that mechanical players are just losers coping with NPC videos. It's hilarious. You really think you can play like the Black Phantom, go wash your face and get some sleep, kid? Players are players and NPCs are NPCs. They aren't the same. If you picked the mechanic class, listen to me. Delete your account and restart right now. Literally any other class is going to be stronger than this garbage. Pin this post, you'll thank me later. This was actually a legit problem he had to worry about. Whenever there was a post about the mechanical class, this troll would start flaming, which would eventually wreck his business. He couldn't just announce he was actually a player with a fancy NPC interface that'd ruin everything. Just as he gets lost in thought, Frenzied Sword crashes the party with an annoying, excited grin. Yo, boss, long time no see. You have gotten even stronger. You're seriously insane. Han Xiao is totally annoyed and waves him off. Beat it, man. You are a pest. If you are that bored, go farm some foxtail grass or something. That quest is his kryptonite. The second he hears it, he is ready to bail out and vanish. Farming is such a drag, I would rather just dance. As he gets back to the hub, some young guy calls him over. Frenzied Sword looks at the player behind the guy, feeling pretty confused. Sword and Saber smile, seems familiar, so his buddy nearby gives him the rundown. Apparently he is top 3 in the swordsman class. A pro player with 2 championships. Too bad nobody plays the swordsman class anymore. It is basically dead. He stops for some small talk. Yo, you playing Star Ocean now too? Why did you quit swordsman? Smile's reason is super basic. Haha, the swordsman class just was not a challenge for me anymore. Suddenly he speaks up and throws out a challenge to the other guy. It just so happens that the two of us are actually at the exact same level. How about a sparring match? I am an Esper. What class are you? It sounds like a sincere request, but deep down, the guy is just overflowing with pure arrogance and self-satisfaction. With my reputation as a swordsman champion, it is easy. Plus, beating the guy who ran with Black Ghost will put me on the hot search tomorrow. Unlike Smile's chill vibe, Frenzied Sword answers without much confidence. I am a mechanic, plus I have other things to deal with. Sadly, the guy has already locked him in as a target and will not let this chance slip away. We have known each other for years. Don't refuse a little duel. It is just a tiny favor, right? Or do you look down on me? Now he finally realizes this guy is totally playing him. This guy is a pest. Luckily, Han Xiao shows up like a hero to save him from the drama. Frenzied Sword over here. Turns out he came over just to hand him a pair of power gloves to use. His eyes start sparkling as he carefully takes the items like they are pure gold. Boss, you are the best. But the vibe dies fast. I am just lending them. You better give them back. Han Xiao puts a hand on his shoulder, looking like he actually trusts the guy. Now go. If you don't win, don't bother coming back. He is totally speechless, realizing that trying to avoid one problem just landed him in an even bigger mess. Smile is losing his patience. You fighting or what? The gloves give Frenzied Sword a massive confidence boost. Fine, let's go. The crowd senses the drama and starts gathering around to watch the fight. Check it out, Frenzied Sword is taking on a pro player on the Star Ocean newsfeed. Frenzied Sword is the one to make the first move. He draws his pistol and fires a quick shot to grab the advantage, but it does not actually do any real damage to Smile at all. The guy actually has time to relax and plan. That gun only has 5 shots. My rock shield can tank them. Once he is empty, he is dead. Suddenly, the opponent jumps. He is shocked. Who uses a gun but then goes for a melee attack? While he hides behind the shield, Frenzied Sword is already above him. Why is he charging in like that? Up in the air, he starts charging lightning in his palms. Then, he just waits for the perfect window to get close enough to land a lethal one-hit strike that instantly rips through the defense and slams right into the guy's chest. The duel ends in a flash with a system notification. You have defeated Sword and Saber Smile at level 20, and you gain 632 experience points. As he hits the ground, the other players crowd around and start gossiping like crazy. That was a total one-shot. No wonder he made it onto the Star Ocean news so fast. Can a hidden quest really make someone this strong? One sharp kid spots the gloves. Those have to be some high-tier, elite-level gear pieces. This totally blows their minds and shatters all their old wrong ideas about the class. Can a mechanic really build something this powerful? I had no idea that was possible. I seriously thought they could only build guns. Everyone is jealous. Smile respawns and starts acting like a sore loser. We said this was a friendly spar. Why go so hard? He was already sick of the guy being a fake, so he just threw some shade. My bad. I didn't know you were such a total trash noob. The verbal blow left the guy speechless and struggling to save face. Damn it. Losing that much experience and getting humiliated in front of everyone is brutal. I'm definitely going to make you pay for this next time. The drama ends and he looks back at Han Xiao. Hey, big boss. Frenzied Sword holds up the gear acting all cute. Are these gloves for sale? He starts thinking it over. I already have the blueprint for these so I can sell them. He decides to be generous, but he flips out once he sees the price tag. 800,000, that is insane. The broke guy just starts crying about his fate, wondering how long he has to save up to buy them. Just then another voice cuts in. Black Ghost. Sword Joke suddenly gets eager and offers himself up. I heard you're taking on Germinal, count me in, man. He didn't give the guy an inch, shutting him down instantly. Fighting Germinal takes brains, and Brawn Kid, you need more practice. Mad Blade then threw one more jab at Sword Joke. Hear that the big boss says you're trash. Now beat it, I'm the chosen one. Han Xiao shifted his focus back to the system screen. Oh, the Mad Down BK video is live. Watching the public's opinion shift like this made him feel totally smug. Ha ha ha, this guy's silenced. A total noob blaming the mechanic class serves him right. Meanwhile, a massive flame war erupted on the forums. Replying to Laziman, a mechanic just wiped out an Esper. Explain that, bro. This has to be a fluke. That Sword Joke guy literally doesn't know how to play. You're a total loser. How could you expect to win? You're just bad, simple as that. Replying to Laziman, Mad Blade triggered a hidden quest. Level and gear gaps, nothing more. NPC gear doesn't count as skill. Then why do quests? Why even bother taking the rewards then? Bro, why make money at all? Just admit you're trash. Suddenly the forest birds took off, spooked by a loud noise nearby. He turned around, sensing something off. A fleet of off-road vehicles was tearing this way unannounced, leaving Han Xiao pretty confused. Those cars have the Overmella logo. What are they doing out here? The group's leader stepped out and got a hero's welcome. Young Master Xiao Rui, what wind blew you into this place? That man was the Overmella envoy Xiao Rui. He crossed his arms, looking annoyed. Isn't this about that missing loser, Xiao Han? The family thought he was dead, but then Zero from Germinal popped up with a bounty looking exactly like him. Hunting for that idiot Xiao Han wasted 6 months of my life. If he wasn't the leader's actual son, who would give a damn about him? Even Basat had to bow respectfully considering the guy's high-profile family background. Since you're in Valley Town, treat it like home. Just ask if you need anything. Soon they were hosted at a massive mansion. Xiao Rui barely touched his food, too busy venting his frustrations. Tell me what's the logic behind this? We foster kids grew up fighting and scheming just to climb the ladder. The old man just nodded, offering some comfort. Don't worry, the family won't make you search forever. 6 months at the absolute most. The leader has moved on. Besides, everyone knows Xiao Han couldn't possibly be Zero. Since this wasn't exactly a fun topic, he quickly changed the subject. Anything interesting happening in town lately? Basat casually poured more wine while giving his report. The refugees outside seem to be able to respawn, but they're incredibly weak. This news definitely gave Xiao Rui something to think about. Strange people like that exist, reported to the family. The old man replied fast. Already did. One more thing. He couldn't wait to drop the biggest news. The Darknet assassin Black Phantom is here in Valley Town resting outside. Hearing that name, he immediately frowned and went on high alert. Black Phantom is here, is he on a hit? Basat quickly cut in to reassure him. He says he's just passing through, but we shouldn't provoke him. Xiao Rui's guard Lu Cheng spoke up with pure confidence. Young master, don't worry. I'll keep you safe. Black Phantom is no match for me. Right at that moment, a massive sneeze echoed out from beyond the city walls. Han Xiao looked toward the mansion. The Overmella family was just a side quest group, not part of the main storyline. No need to care about them. So, he tossed the thought aside and checked the system. He'd farmed these newbies before heading to the next starter village. He just opened the screen when a notification flashed. You've triggered a random quest, the Valley Town Invasion. Quest brief, Overmella's Valley Town is right next to the Black Pine area, Lu Cheng's territory. They've been fighting for ages. Now Lu Cheng is leading his army to invade the town again. You can help Overmella defend the town or help Lu Cheng attack. Go ahead and choose your side. Task warn Basat and help protect the town or join Lu Cheng's squad to launch the full assault. Note, once you pick a side, you can't change it. Reward 1. Defend the town for 12,000 EXP and 3,000 aquamarine coins. Reward 2. Help Lu Cheng attack. This caught Han Xiao off guard. What the heck, I'm getting quests too. Wait, if I remember right, Lu Cheng is old Lu's son. Connecting everything he knew, a brilliant idea suddenly hit him. Looks like old Lu's blueprint quest starts with his son. Might as well join the party. Just then, a scout at the tent rushed over to report that the Black Pine army was nearby. Players like KK Fifi and Lin Wei all got the news. I just popped a random quest. Me too. It is go time. The mansion looks all chill and peaceful on the outside, but inside, the crew is absolutely losing their minds with rage. Damn it, those Black Pine jerks are back again. Basa is sweating bullets, but Xiao Rui is just chilling like nothing is happening. Relax, old man. Do we not have meat shields for that? His idea instantly kills the boss's anxiety. True, those weird immortal refugees do not care about Liu Cheng's high-tech weapons one bit. He immediately orders April to go tell the refugees waiting outside to get ready. I need them to block the Liu Cheng army. If you finish the mission, every single one of you gets paid. Cold, hard cash. Xiao Rui is really leaning into that cold-hearted capitalist vibe right now. Do not overpay them. Their lives are cheap. Massive off-road trucks are already slamming through the dense forest. The big boss in charge is Nanzhou warlord Liu Cheng. He is dead set on taking this town tonight. But right then he sees something that makes his jaw hit the floor. Liu Cheng did not expect helpless refugees to be his first obstacle. These scumbags are actually using people as human shields. He still has some morals left, so instead of firing immediately, he grabs the megaphone and shouts, "Basa, you're really sending these helpless people to die for you." At this point, the old man does not give a damn about his reputation. Nope. Fire if you have the guts. Even a war veteran cannot handle someone this shamelessly thick-skinned. It is just so annoying. Liu Cheng still has a conscience, so he tries to warn the crowd. I'm giving you all a chance. Move. You do not need to throw your lives away. Little does he know, most of these guys are just bloodthirsty players looking for a fight. Is this NPC crazy? If we move, how do we finish the quest? Does he not know he is just an XP farm? He stares at the silent crowd totally baffled. Are these people not even slightly afraid of dying? This standoff is eating at Liu Cheng. Our beef is not with them. How can I just open fire on innocent civilians? But hesitating just lets a lowlife like Basa push him even further. Stop worrying about the refugees or we will miss the window. Do not be soft. Order the strike. April immediately moves to obey the command. Yeah, his subordinates just follow orders like robots without thinking twice. Get ready to fire. Do not worry about the refugees. Suddenly a figure steps out to break the tension. Hold up. Han Xiao strolls toward Liu Cheng's truck. Come on, man. Give me some face. His goal is to stall this mess. If you want to scrap, do it tomorrow. This wildcard move leaves the boss stunned. Wait, why is he stepping in? You're just as shocked as him. It is the Black Phantom. What is he doing here? Spread the word. Weapons down for now. The army obeys instantly, shifting back to high alert. After this, Lin Wei sees him as a total mystery. They actually stopped. Who is this Black Phantom guy anyway? 5 Feet did not think it would be this easy at all. Man, this guy has some serious clout with these people. He starts sweating and comes up with a pretty logical theory. Black Phantom stops a whole war with just one sentence that proves he is a massive player on this entire planet. Even the guy filming for his documentary had to stop in his tracks. Bowthet is now 100% sure about who the star of his movie should be. Black Phantom is a total legend with rock-solid status. He's definitely the biggest magnet for the Liu Cheng camp. The tents hiding in the forest are still lit up. Someone is sprinting through the darkness at top speed right now. A barrel is shoved right in Han Xiao's face. The guy screams, shaking. Stop! What do you think you're doing? Even with a gun in his hand, he is backing away in fear. Han Xiao actually feels a little bad for him. Easy now. I'm just here to talk to your leader. A voice from inside the tent invites him in. Let him through. Liu Cheng stands there in his crisp uniform, hands in his pockets, looking curious. I knew it was you. Why is the legendary Black Phantom sticking his nose into my beef with Basa? Han Xiao just smiles. No reason, I just want to help you out. Liu Cheng raises an eyebrow, totally confused. Help me? We just met. The truth is hard to sell to someone who does not want it. He just shrugs and plays it cool. Honestly, I just like your face more than Basa's. The flattery works. Liu Cheng nods along. True. That Basa guy is a snake, using refugees as shields to stop me. And those refugees are weird. None of them are afraid to die. I offered them a way out and they stayed put. Han Xiao waves it off with total confidence. That is small potatoes. I can handle the refugee situation for you easily. Liu Cheng knows nothing is free in this world. He gets straight to the point. So what is your price? Han Xiao just walks away, giving a casual wave over his shoulder. I do not need payment. Hearing that only makes him feel more uneasy. No fees means he has a hidden agenda, which just makes the debt of gratitude way harder to pay back. His mind is racing a mile a minute. Liu Cheng rubs his chin like a philosopher, but his brain wrinkles are showing on his face. He finally caves in. All right then, help us. The night is still young, and the sky is filled with starlight. Han Xiao pats frenzied sword on the shoulder and says, I have a special job for you. He checks the screen. New mission spread the word that the Black Phantom joined Liu Cheng. Rewards are based on how many people start talking about it online. More views means more experience points and players count too. His fingers fly across the screen, buzzing with excitement. Just leak the info and profit, too easy. He smirks, totally satisfied with how things are looking.